EOSHL TV is powered by M&L Electric.
With history being made in the NHL and Alexander Ovechkin becoming the all-time leading scorer, there could be history made here in Smith Falls as well. The North Dundas Rockets could solidify their legacy as the dynasty they truly feel they are. 4 straight trips to the finals and 3 championships in 4 seasons. It's a feat that goes beyond impressive. Dominant would be the only word to describe what the Rockets are on the cusp of achieving. The only thing in their way, the high-powered, high-octane team from the West, the Smith Falls Rideaus. A team that unloaded on everyone in the West at one time or another, leading the league with 8.1 average goals per game, and now supporting an 11-game home winning streak dating back to the regular season. With firepower like the Smith Falls Rideaus have, all the capabilities to force a Game 5 back in Chesterville. Not just because they have the leading scorer in the league in Tate Leeson and Brett Costello leading all defensemen in scoring, but Dallas Slack backstopping this team with every fiber of his being. The Rockets will counter with Matt Jenkins, who continues to cement himself as one of the best goalies the EOSHL has ever seen. It's lethal offense, larceny in goal, and legacy on the table. It's all here tonight on EOSHL TV. Hello everyone and welcome again to another installment of EOSHL TV. I'm Billy Bull and I'll be bringing you the play-by-play. My son James Bull will be giving you all the technical aspects you'll be seeing here tonight. And Justin Allery, who's down at ringside, and he'll be up here doing some color commentating with me as well. We are all hands on deck here at EOSHL TV, and they are on the ice as well. It all comes down to this for one team or another. The Rideaus, they must win. And on home ice, they have been doing just that. 11 straight games, as I said in the opening. They've won here at the Memorial Center. Just doesn't get any better than that. And for their hometown group, I mean, everybody in this arena, you can feel it in their bones that the Rideaus are going to force a Game 5 back in Chesterfield. For a Rockets fan, I'll tell you right now, they are in the major belief that they are going to end it here tonight and be celebrating another championship right here in Smith Falls. There's your 2 goalies, your starters for tonight, Dallas Slack and Matt Jenkins. For the Rideaus and for the Rockets. Jenkins, he has been spectacular in the playoffs. Unbeaten in regulation. 8 wins, no losses, and 1 overtime loss. And a .284 goals against average with a .900 save percentage. Absolutely brilliant. For the Smith Falls Rideaus, a man who's been, I mean, he's stopping 45 to 50 plus shots a game, especially against these Rockets. His record sitting at 8-4-1. 8-5, with a .399 goals against average and an .889 save percentage. Him and Jenkins have been in lockstep, matching each other save per save, but in the last game, it was Slack who saw the majority of the work in net, stopping 40 of 45 shots. Sorry, folks, couldn't get that up quick enough. And to recap, actually, Game 3, Mike Bird and Michael McNamee with 2 assists. Tanner Williams adding 2 goals, huge goals for the Rockets. They were big. He was getting roughed around quite a bit by the Rideaus in Game 1. And for good reason. You've got to target the guys who you feel like are going to be most impactful, and Williams is one of those guys for North Dundas. But he added 2 goals anyways. Kevin Lau and Eric Locke added the other 2 goals. And Matt Jenkins stopped 20 of 21 shots. Andrew Sprague, he had the lone goal for the Rideaus, and they felt in that second period, after being down 4-0 after the first, they felt like that goal may have sparked them. But as I say, Dalek Slaps stopping 40 of 45 shots in that epic battle. And in game 2, he stopped 39 of 43. Game 1, stopping 52 of 56 shots. And I got to tell you, folks, Slack is in the zone, Jenkins is in the zone, and these are 2 high-powered, high-octane offense. As I mentioned, Smith Falls averaging 8 goals for a game. North Dundas averaged 6.6 goals a game in the regular season. So you have no idea what's going to happen in this game, as we have had no idea what was going to happen in this series. And there's Kyler and his son Jackson. They are here to cheer on. They are super fans, let me tell you. You'll be hearing them throughout the game, big time. But you have no idea what's going to happen throughout this game. It's been a great series, the best in the East, the best in the West. And from this beautiful arena here in Smith Falls, Justin had a great idea that maybe the All-Star game should be played here. James, what do you think is going to happen tonight, son? What are you looking for?
Again, we've only seen one game of this series. So if last game isn't any indication of what will happen in this game, I think that North Dundas may take home the cup.
That's a 5-1 win, very decisive on their home ice. This is a bigger ice surface than out in North Dundas, but the Rockets led game 2 all the way up until the final moments of that third period, and the Rideaus were able to find a goal to tie it up and then win it ultimately in overtime. Goaltending will be key in this one, eh? He had big thumbs up. That's my boy. Actually, as well, I forgot to mention this on the broadcast last night. It was James' 18th birthday yesterday, and he made her down to the game, and he was lucky enough. We stopped at Burger King and got the best present of all, a Burger King's hat. So that made the day absolutely perfect. So I just wanted to mention that to everybody out there. He's back at it again. He's 18, so he wouldn't have been drinking last night, so it's not like he has a hangover today to worry about. So proud to have him on hand.
If only it were Smith Falls and Pontiac.
Yes, indeed, you could be drinking. The law is 18 down there in Quebec. They know how to do it right. So we're 9 minutes away from the biggest game of this series so far, and the series actually has been incredibly tight. 4-2 North Dundas. They doubled up on Smith Falls in game 1. Rajenovic with a couple of goals, and Nevins as well with a goal in that game. And then in game 2, a 5-4 overtime win for Smith Falls here at the Memorial Center. And that was one incredible game, as Devin Cobbled with 2 goals and an assist. Nathan Slack, a goal and assist. Nathan Slack, a guy that Justin kept bringing up there the other day, absolutely doing an incredible job on the back end. And the physical aspect, but as well also getting on the score sheet for his Rideaus. Witzel, Leeson, both added a goal and an assist. Spencer Cobbled with 2 assists, and they were flying for the Rideaus in that one. Moores, Gibson, and McNamee with a goal and an assist in that game for game 2, and of course game 3, which James actually put together for us, the highlights from last night's game, and that will be the first thing that we showcase in the first intermission. We'll wait for everybody to get in here. We have 48 people in here, which we're really happy about and all that. But once the game time starts, that's when everybody starts pouring in, and I'm pretty sure everybody wants to see the highlights from the game last night in Chesterville. And we are deeply apologetic that we could not get a good connection for that game, but there's nothing that we can really do when it comes down to connection. It literally is out of our hands. James did everything that he could to try and get us to go live in that one, but it just was not possible. A massive crowd out there in Chesterville last night. From what I understand, there was 600 people there. I can't be 100% on that. I'll check on the website right now. But it was a big crowd. We had a hard time actually even getting seated in that one. And Murray, we wanted to thank you for your efforts to try and get us. 587 is the attendance for last night's game to get us a seat at that game. So we couldn't appreciate it more. But here in Smith Falls, they have us up in the Well, we could be in the press box if we wanted, but we're up here separated from the crowd, which allows me to do my job a little easier. It's not all that fun being sitting with the crowd. I mean, I love being amongst everybody, but it's very uncomfortable, me calling out goals when the opposition scores against the guys that are sitting there. But they fully understand, and this league has been more than appreciative, or more than wonderful with that. Another nice stat is I was mentioning last night, North Dundas led the league in plus minus at a plus 77. And who was in second place? These Smith Falls Rideaus, a plus 76, 1 point behind them. Unbelievable. So we really have the two best on either side. North Dundas had the lowest goals against in the league at a 2.75 goals against average on the season. Smith Falls had a 4.30, but like I say, they were a firepower hockey club and were scoring almost at will with that 8.1 goals per game. And with that, Tate Leeson tied for the lead in points with Jonathan Sear at 61, but he led the league in goals with 33. Mark Beckstead was second with 26 goals, and he also added 28 assists, which sat him sixth in the league. And right now, Leeson is leading the playoffs. Holy Dinah, indeed. That's just going to get worse, James. Yeah. He's also leading where was I here? He's also leading the playoffs with 28 points, 12 goals, and 4 game winners as well, and is 6 points behind Ben Blasco for the assist league. So it's one of those things, folks, where they are down 2 games to 1. It's do or die. But with guys like that and firepower that they have, they can turn this around in a quick hurry. And again, on the back end, Brett Costello, he was second in assists with 35, back of Isaac Barr with 40. That is the captain, defenseman of the Smith Falls Rideaus, and he also led all defensemen with 44 points on the season. So, it's one of those things, folks, where when you look at the tail of the tape, it looks like, the Rockets and their playoff prowess may be the thing that pushes them over the top. But the Rideaus this season, after being beaten out by Gananoque in the finals, the Western Finals last season, they were a team on a mission and went out and got guys like, I was saying, Tate Leeson and Reed Russett, and they have really a sparkling lineup, and they're a team that hits, they shoot, they have great passing, and as I say, they score. Dallas Slack, he can be a game changer for the Rideaus. When you look at the other end of the ice, the Rockets, like I say, they have been here before, and that may be something that pushes them over the top. Everybody, all hands on deck. As they lost Gustafson and Lau last season, they went 19-1 in the regular season. They didn't miss a step. Wards, the Bakers, Locks. Mott in the last game had a fight, and it was his second playoff game, which is incredible. He's throwing down the gauntlet. Derek Froats, the captain, leading the charge for this hockey club. McNamee. I mean, you go up and down this lineup, and Williams, like I was saying in the opening, Azano, this team is built for this stage. They are as polished as you can get as an organization, the coaching staff, and all the way down the line. So Smith Falls has their hands full, as that you've seen throughout this series, being down 2-1, but they are up to the challenge. There's Dowdall and Witzel, and it's a great group right there in Smith Falls. Great group over in Chesterville in the North Dundas Rockets. 3 minutes remaining here in the warm-up, and we are glad to have you along for the ride. Hello, Cheryl. Yes, it was James's birthday yesterday, indeed. Let me tell you, it was. We had a good time and celebrated every moment that we could. I mean, he's got an extended family. He's got a large family. So he was saying to me last night when I was dropping him off, he was like, I feel bad because I feel like I'm leaving people out on my birthday. I'm only going to get to see this person a little bit and that person a little bit. And it's like, well, I hope you know that there's just so many people that love you that want to spread you around. But there's only one of you. And, you're an 18-year-old man now. We're lucky to even have you, that you're not out partying and going crazy. So it was really nice to hear him saying that he felt bad that he couldn't be in 10 places at once, because he's a guy that was very sought after yesterday. So yeah, it's going to be a great game here. And as they say, folks, they say In sports, as in life, there are defining moments when a player must stand up and show their will to succeed. That moment comes in the playoffs. It's the moment when a player can rise above everyone else to either save their team's season or end it, lift his team up or let his fans down. The stakes are so high, this is where the curtain is pulled back and everything is exposed. That's why the best are the only ones who are invited to have this privilege to make it this far. They thrive on this. In their dreams, they see themselves on the biggest stage, scoring the biggest goals and catapulting their club, their town, to the highest pinnacle of success. Not everyone is built for this. Only the great warriors of our great game are given a ticket to the finals. The finals. What a great name, especially when you're writing a book for our favorite sport. The final shot, the final save, the final whistle to finally decide who's a champion and who looks towards next season still on the hunt. All right, folks, we're going to send it back up to the highlights of last night as the teams start exiting the ice. James put this together. This is the goals from last night's game, and we hope you enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. Hey. When he looked into the short side, couldn't connect. Again behind the net, lock into the slot right there for Gibson. To the point to Walsh, back to the bottom of the circle, looking short side, he shoots and scores. The Rideaus capitalize on a penalty to the Rockets, capitalize on a penalty to the Rideaus. 1-0 Rockets lead. Trying to regroup. Bring it back cross ice to Bird. Through the neutral zone and in. Azano walking around him, and the shot. Scored! It found a spot in the short side, and it's 2-0 Rockets. The Rockets win that battle. Back in behind the net again. Nevins. Pass. Shot. Scored! The Rockets have 3. The Rideaus looking for their first with 4:56 to go here in the first. Blue line. Turning in behind the net, thrown up to Williams. Over to Froats. Froats in to the slot, scored! Williams, he's been roughed up quite a bit in this game. The best way to get back at your opponent is net a goal, and it's 4-0 Rockets. One in behind the net, that bounces into the slot. Fake shot by Dowdall, he'll get a chance over, scores! Andrew Sprague from Dowdall on a forecheck that breaks this 4-0 lead. 4-1. Rockets for another one. Dallas Slack have been terrific in these last 2 periods. Shot through screen, as I say it, they score, but Dallas Slack did not see that one. Massive screen in front of that net. And the Rockets will pull away into a 5-1 lead.
WOSHL TV is powered by M&L Electric.
As emotions run wild on the ice, so do they all over this league. The passion each and every fan has for the respective club is always on full display. If it's not the Rockets Booster Club or the 1,000+ fans that fill the Memorial Center here in Smith Falls, it's the countless messages I receive every week wanting to recap what went over on the weekend in this great league. It just shows that games don't stop after the final buzzer sounds. It stays with every fan for the 6 days between games. It's on their mind as they go about their daily life, hoping their star player is able to play this coming weekend as their rival comes to town, or if their goalie can keep up their incredible streak between the pipes. For me, it's a different type of emotion. I have the privilege to love the league as a whole. It can be forever taxing. Yes, I never have to worry about being disappointed when I come to the rink because my team always wins. But that also means my team always loses. Let that sink in. I'm never too high because watching any team in this league lose is definitely painful for me. Knowing that they have gone through what they have gone through to get here, the pain and the mental anguish this game took on them every time they lace up their skates. As a former player, I feel it. I recognize what these brilliant artists go through each week to paint me a picture I must transcribe to you, the home audience. My goal every week is to not muck the painting up. So as I bereave for the loser every week, I'm also able to celebrate with the winner, describing the beauty to you at home, the beauty that you've just witnessed. So let's together appreciate the next 60 minutes of the best frozen water color you will ever witness. And I will do my best not to get emotional. Let's go, buddy. I already did it. I'll do it again. No. Wait, before you do it. Actually.
Here's our starting goaltenders for today's game. For the Smith Falls Rideaus, we got Dallas Slack. He's got an 8-5-0 record with an .889 save percentage and a .399 goals against average. And on the other end, Matt Jenkins, 8-1-0 with a .900 save percentage and a 2.84 goals against average.
Cup is in the building, everything about the game changes. The tension is higher, the speed of the game picks up, and everyone is on edge. Every goal has so much more meaning behind it. Will that be the goal to cement the Rockets as the EOSHL champions for the third time in 4 seasons? Or is that the play that will force a Game 5 back in Chesterville? This is what every team and every player plays for, the chance to hoist the cup for their small town to solidify them as the best this league has to offer. Or will the others show just how dominant they are on home ice and just how much they want the championship? It's such a great story. Nobody wants it to end. So if it's tonight or a few nights from now, one thing is for certain. We've been given the ultimate ride along Championship Lane, and nobody has anything to feel bad about. Hello again, everyone. Justin, Allery, James Bull, and Billy Bull on hand to bring you Game 4 of this Eastern Ontario Super Hockey League final between the North Dundas Rockets and the Smith Falls Rideaus. North Dundas coming out with a 5-1 win last night to give them the 1-up advantage over the Smith Falls Rideaus. Could end it here tonight against a team that's 11-0 at home. That is what we have in store for you tonight. And Justin, what's your take so far in the darkness of the Memorial Center?
Well, I gotta say here, this is a great atmosphere filled with a mixture of Rockets and Rideaus fans. You know, it's a great ambience here. It speaks volumes to the level that this league has really grown over the last 5 years. And I'm just really glad to be part of this, along with you and James and everything that this league is. It's been really special, and I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to be here today.
It's beautiful to bring the band back together, the EOSHL TV Nation, getting to see the best that this league has to offer, and we've got the best broadcasting crew going to bring it to them at home, and we couldn't be more happy to do that. And Justin, you can feel the electricity in this room, in this building, and I mean, let's get it started.
Yeah, buddy, and you gotta say, the Rideaus here are gonna have a really big electricity bill with all these laser effects they have on the ice going right now.
They're announcing the starting lineup for the Rideaus, and if it's like this all game, I gotta be honest, I think we're gonna lose our hearing, but it's beautiful to see the Rideaus. They come out in droves, over 1,000 every single game. Last night in Chesterville, they had 586 or something like that. I saw on the
close to 600,
website.
yeah.
It's beautiful to see, and as you say, how much this league has grown, and it's electric here. And we hope you're going to enjoy it at home, because we are going to love it here at the Memorial Center in Smith Falls.
Absolutely.
They end the starting lineup. Let's send it down to ringside for hopefully another live rendition of our O Canada, folks. Thanks for tuning in. 60 minutes of EOSHL Finals hockey next. As the lights come on, so does the fire in every player's belly as they get ready for the opening face-off in one team's do or die EOSA Championship Finals. These teams are built for this. The North Dundas Rockets have been here 4 straight seasons, so they are not shy to this atmosphere. The Smith Falls Rideaus, the excitement of being here, not the nerves of being in this do or die game, is where they are. They've got nothing to lose, so they'll have it all on the line for the next 60 minutes of what surely will be an epic showdown between 2 very deserving teams in the Smith Falls Rideaus and the North Dundas Rockets. What do you think will be the X factor tonight, Justin?
Well, the Rideaus want to win this game. They got to stay out of the box. They got to stay out of that unnecessarily after the whistle stuff that's going to get them into penalty trouble. Last night they were penalized 9 times out of the 15 penalties that were in the game. So they got to play smart and stay out of the box, because that North Dundas power play is running a little over 25%.
5-a-side hockey is what we love. The physicality picks up. That's what gets people into penalty trouble. The after the whistle stuff doesn't need to happen. And the pressure builds as the first draw is won back to the Rockets. And McNamee across the line. He dragged it back and let a little sift pass to Walsh. And it'll be offside for the Rockets to start this game. 9 seconds in, but you can feel it in the arena. This is, you'll see a lot of green seats, folks. If you look around the arena, there's a ton of people standing, and I don't understand why, because these are the best seats in the entire league, as comfortable as they can get. The draw 1 over to Caron. Caron was instrumental in the win last night for the Rockets. A couple of swats there by Spencer Cobbled coming into the zone. Costello, the defensive leader, coming out of his own zone, knocked down. Crowd wanting a penalty early. Thrown into the corner for Beasley. Witzel, Costello, Devon, and Spencer Cobbled out there for the Rideaus. Walsh trying to force him along the wall, and Mott giving it off to Caron with McNamee tapping his stick up the middle. He has a chance! He scored! Smith Falls! Spencer Cobbled, a turnover in the slot, and you can't do that to 23.
It's the Cobbled sister line that comes through for the Rideaus. And I believe that is their first shot on net. So great start for them to get the ball rolling on their for game number 4.
The tap up the ice from McNamee was looking for a send on a breakaway, and he didn't look. He just fired it. Cobble was there, knocked it down, and fired it to the back of the cage, and we got our first goal 44 seconds into this one. Pass over to Dowdall just in front of him. Sprague can't hold on to that at the red line. In for Gibson. He's being chased by Bennett. Bennett drilling him into the wall and forces the turnover. The Rideaus looking already more comfortable than they did last night. A little more room to skate. Sprague is in. Pass to the slot. Oh, he just missed the far side on that one. Knocked down is Rajenovic. In behind the net and around to the other side for Kucherik, but he can't get there in time. Townsend throwing it towards the net. Rajenovic throwing it up, and another turnover. Townsend trying to get into the slot, knocked off the puck, sent up the ice, and that's going to go 200 feet for an icing. Ollie, good to see you, my man. I hope you're enjoying it, buddy. It's going to be an incredible game in front of a packed house here in Smith Falls. So Rideaus get on the score sheet first. One big goal to start this game. And with Jenkins playing so well, at times you can feel like, are we ever going to beat him? But they proved right there, right off the hop, that they can. It's in behind the net. They'll try and move it out. Flipped out through center. Taken away by the Rideaus. Bird off the wall. Just got by Andrew McKenney. The pass from Locke. That'll hit the tape of Vizano. Across the blue line. Snapshot in. It just goes wide of the net. Didn't come out. So Slack. Try and play that. It's drilled along the wall and pinned. Vizano has it knocked off his stick, and Adam Beveridge flips that pass over to Moores. Moores into his own zone and turns to give himself some space. Works out. They are just a little bit out of sync right now for the Rockets after that first goal. The Rideaus are pressing very well to start this game. Boarded along the wall by Theo Todd. McKenney in there to support. Puck comes loose behind the net to McNamee. McNamee starts out of his own zone with good speed and through center. Rips it in on goal, actually. First stop there by Dallas Slack. That'll be about the easiest save he'll have to make all night. Rideaus get it out of the zone, and up come the Rockets again. Deflected in, they'll make a change. In is Derek Froats. Good hit on the Rideaus captain. Beasley behind his own net and looking up ice, waiting for his guys to get set. Gingerly out of his own zone. That pass will hit Mott. He'll throw it back in. Hops on Costello. And after him is Baker. And he gives him a drive into the boards. They're trying to get the Rideaus to hear footsteps like they did in the last game. Yes, sir. Every time they touch the puck, Rockets got to lay the body on them. Lau. Cross ice pass to Baker. Just in front of him. Round to Nevins, and he's drilled along the boards. Back to Mott, drills it towards the net, and the redirect by Baker just goes into the corner. Backed in behind the net it goes, along the wall to Baker. Can't get there in time. It's shoveled out and down the ice to Kasherick.
Bennett there just had a quick look over after that little hit into the boards. Uh-oh. Luckily for him, there was no call on the play.
The referee's letting him go here in the early part of this one. How far, we will see.
Want to take a little quick moment here just to acknowledge a moment that happened in hockey today. The great one was dethroned. Congratulations to Washington Capitals sniper and captain Alexander Ovechkin on scoring his 895th goal.
Incredible.
Just great for the game of hockey.
It really is, and to be honest, Gretzky wasn't a goal scorer. I mean, he obviously was. He scored 92 goals in a season, 50 goals in 39 games, but he was a playmaker, and as the stat number goes, he never had to put a puck on net, and he'd still have the point total lead. The shot looking knocked off his stick, and the Rockets looking to even this up in the early part of the first period. Back along the wall, that's taken away by the Rideaus. To have a guy of Ovechkin's age to be third place in goal scoring.
And missing all those games?
Unreal. Spencer cobbled in the neutral zone. He'll flip that in. Goes into the corner, and they'll make a wholesale change. Rockets, Moores, crisp skating, Moores through the neutral zone and in. The pass over, hits the back of his blade, and pass on goal is stopped by Slack.
Great pace to this game so far. It's physical. The Rideaus are playing their game. They know this ice better than anybody. And the Rockets are also doing a great job just keeping the flow of the play going.
Draw one into the corner. Sean Sloan, a physical machine last night in that game, let me tell you. Up, and it's Andrew Sprague. Magic hands to Dowdall, and that's deflected up into the glass. Andrew Sprague, he's wee-eyed to a grasshopper, but he plays about 6'5". I tell you, he hits, does everything right. One of my favorite players in this league, number 76 for the Smith Falls Rideaus. He's got it again on a 3-on-2 breaking out with Tate Leeson and Kyle Dowdall. Drop pass to Dowdall. He'll snap it on, looking for a redirect. Goes into the corner, and a big hit on Tate Leeson to the corner. Dowdall looking to the slot for Sprague. He'll elect to fire it on net, and it's blocked by Rajenovic.
The Rideaus are playing to their strengths right now, using their speed effectively to try and catch the Rockets flat-footed.
Mott, flat knee there coming through the neutral zone. Ben Beasley will pick that up, throw it over to Costello, and they're going to try and work out with a long ice pass into the feet of McKinney. That's going to be an offside, and it'll be brought back, pretty sure, back into the Smith Falls zone. Or no, just outside the zone for a face-off. 14:24 remaining here in the first. What a start to this one.
Yes, indeed.
McNamee at the draw, but it's one back by Reed Russell. Flipped into the corner. Out comes Jenkins. Play that one. Chopped off his stick around to the other side in front of the net. And I think Jenkins might have got a piece of that one to the blue line, and a huge hit by Costello. But away is Froats on goal. Scores! Derek Froats, the captain, brings the Rockets to their feet as I squeak my way through that one. It's 1-1. Unbelievable.
Captain, I was going to say Captain Jack Frost finishes on the play there.
Indeed. Costello would laid a huge hit at the blue line, the other captain, and Captain Frost with a game-tying goal to make it 1-1. That is a loud away crowd. Smith Falls is such a comfortable arena, they bring out the away team as well for these games.
You know, you see Costello with that massive hit, and then unfortunately, like, that turned to a Rocket scoring opportunity. So you got to be careful sometimes when you're trying to commit to that hit.
High risk, high reward. The high risk sometimes comes into a reward for the opposition. That's flipped into the zone, just onside. You can see the Rideaus mascot. There's two of them running around here. It's really nice to see. Long ice pass to Phil Nevins. He just holds the line. Tried the pass over to Baker, just too far. Knocked off his stick. Try and work it along the boards and come out with an opportunity here. But Rideaus pinning it until they're sure of it. Rockets inside the blue line. Knocked off his feet. Back out to center. Looking to clear the zone. Share it. Shoots it towards the net, and Dallas Slack makes easy work of that one. Holds on for the draw. What a great atmosphere here. Canada, Ontario. Dharma, good to see you.
I'm going to say hi to your nephew Oliver.
Yep, my good buddy, my nephew Oliver in the chat there, indeed.
I'm going to ask him if he's still hanging out at T-Shirt Explosion at the Cataraqui Center.
That draw is one for the Rockets. To the corner, a good swat there, and
Ouch.
he just avoided Sloan as he holding on to his stick as he gets to his feet. Looking to the point, the Bird can't find the handle on that one. Spencer cobbled across the blue line, shoots it, goes up into the corner, comes down to Witzel. He's hit along the wall, but he shovels that right out in front, looking for the rapid, hit the post, and the rebound stayed out.
That was close.
What is the black around the bottom of the post here? Witzel, the top of the circle.
I think they're the pegs to keep the net anchored in.
Ah, it's a little bigger. It is. In front of the net, a bouncing puck. Trying to shovel it back out in front of the net. It hops up over the net, goes back to the point for Sloan. Is it into the corner? Spencer Cobble drilled against the wall, turns the puck over, and out come the Rockets. Through center, Fabian Walsh. Walsh tried to get around Sloan, but he would have none of that. Spencer Cobble settles that puck down, and they move out through center. 12 minutes remaining here in the first. Full 8. Over to Sprague, just about come out across the line. Nice play to keep that onside. Behind the net, up through center to McNamee, and he just couldn't get that pass over to Gibson. High-powered, high-octane Mitchell Gibson. Locke, Eric Locke had a big goal last night. Can he get another one? No, sir. Great defense there by Dowdall. Sprague getting it back to the D, to Gleason, and into the neutral zone. Smith Falls. Costello trying to make something happen here. He'll get it into the zone as Sprague loses his stick. Lau. Pass over to Locke and into the zone. Gibson giving chase as Dallas Slack, great puck playing goalie, makes a nice play there to get it onto the half wall, and Smith Falls will control this now and get out of their own zone. Costello, he's not in any rush to move it. There is no lane until Sprague made one to Dowdall trying to move it, but Lau knocks that puck down. Turnover inside the zone again. Dowdall shot, and Jenkins makes a great save on that one. Uncharacteristic turnovers inside the Rocket zone.
You know, and those shots along the goal line, you know, can find their way in the net. You know, we saw last night in the Montreal game, you know, that Lane Hudson shot from the corner found his short side. So, like, you know, those you shoot wherever you are, shoot the puck. You never know.
Score if you don't shoot. How many percentage of shots don't go in if you don't shoot, Justin?
Oh, yeah. Who was it, that Wayne Gretzky or Michael Scott said that?
I'm pretty sure it was Michael Scott. He said it first, and Gretzky stole it from him. T-to-D pass to the neutral zone and in. Froats just missed it to try and deflect it in, and they're going to call an icing. They'll bring it back 200 feet.
Great time to use that quote today, by the way.
Definitely, 100%. Perfect timing.
You know, it's actually funny, Billy. In the actual video that Alex Ovechkin got, Steve Carell was actually in the video congratulating Ovi. I thought that was kind of ironic.
Oh, nice. He probably took the tip from him to shoot. Make
Yeah,
sure you
exactly.
shoot. Hits a stanchion and tried to dribble back out in front of the net. Jenkins was there for it. That's another stanchion. This time it works out for the Rockets, but the pass is ill-advised. And right now the forecheck of the Rideaus is forcing a team that's incredibly polished to make some rough passes that are turning into this pass, though, for McNamee. The drop pass. Zazano, the shot. Stopped by Slack. The rebound is there. 3 whacks at it. McNamee. Point chance. Moore shoots. A great block by Bennett to keep that away from the danger area. Theo Todd will bring it out through center, keeping that just onside. Todd move this puck back. Sean Sloan being pressured there by the captain, Derek Froats, throwing his team on his back to get them back to 1 apiece early on in this game. McKenney being hit there. He's got his head on a swivel as the Rockets have come out hitting. Michael McKenney looking cross ice. They'll get to Andrew McKenney. Baker in behind the net. It's picked off by McKenney again. Andrew McKenney trying to get it along the half wall. Back to the point to Salter. That's a 6th shot on goal by the Rideaus. 5 for the Rockets in this one. It's a high octane hockey game from the start, and I can almost guarantee you to the finish. Ward across the blue line, throwing it in, up and into the rafters, and they'll bring it down for a faceoff.
Shots on goal right now with 9:09 remaining are currently at 5 apiece. So it's been a very well-balanced game. Not a single penalty yet in this opening frame, which was a little bit of an opposite, knock on wood, opposite from yesterday's game. So I think the referees are going to let them play it out.
What was nice is they let him play for the first period. I'm pretty sure it was the whole first period. Then it was...
Well, the first period, I think there was a total of 3 or 4 penalties, and then it was the second period that was just a penalty-filled... Yeah.
The third, you said, was a lot as well.
Yeah.
Here. The rebound right on the tape. Hit against the wall by Caron. The Rideaus, Eric Witzel, ever dangerous, will bring it in, flip it into the corner, and do a dump and chase, and he's the right line to do that with as Devin cobbled the big hit in the corner. Witzel directs that towards the net. Kucherik, smart play not to touch that one. Across the line, Caron looks for a shot. What a pass in, and he just put it short side and wide. Back up into the neutral zone, and the Rockets contain this puck. Have to move a quick one into the zone to get a line change. Costello wanting to work it up ice really quick, but he'll elect to go behind his own net. Picked off by Bird. Behind the net to Ben Beasley. Hit by Walsh. Trying to turn this puck over. Beasley fighting hard to keep control of it. Fabian Walsh pinning it up against the wall as well, and Devin Cobbled loses that battle. And Rajenovic had his stick lifted there on the chance. Pass out to him, can't convert. Behind the net, and the Rideaus battle very well to thwart that opportunity and get it out to center, flip it in, and get a line change. But Spencer cobbled in. Jenkins will play that nicely off the boards, give their Rockets a chance now to move out of their zone with a counterattack. Moore's in front of that net. Almost a lift there by the Rideaus as they are hungry on the offense. Locke getting around him. Townsend a good hit there, but they can't get it off their sticks. Sprague will, and move it out to center. Tate Leeson over to Townsend. He'll pinch in as a defenseman. To Leeson, a beauty. Work there to get that puck down. Hand-eye to a T. Blocked through center. Tried to go a housey going on Townsend. Knocks him down to the ice. The refs are letting it go. And the net has come off the pegs. You can see actually in Jenkins, in the top of his goal net, I'm pretty sure I see 2 steel pegs in there. Almost positive. Unless it's his water bottle. But
Probably his water bottle. I'll have to get a little zoom in, 100 times zoom, you know?
Yeah. I might be wrong. No, it is right behind him when he moves. Check it out. It's in that top corner. 2 steel pegs.
Oh, I do see that. Unless the Rockets brought their own. I don't know.
That could be.
Because, you know, Jenks in his gear with CCM, you know.
Yeah, he's got the inroads. Dowdall sifts that out through center. Leeson leaves it for Sprague. He tried the give and go. to Leeson, who had come in over the line. And that is going to be all the way down as Leeson chased after that one. And that's going to cost the Rideaus 200 feet.
I don't think Leeson realized he was offside on the play.
No. He's just coming in after the puck. Force the issue. They got to keep battling in that way.
Even with the linesman barking at him that he's offside, you got that tunnel vision sometimes.
That draws one in behind the net to Nathan Slack. Ripped up the ice and knocked down by Lau. Lau across the blue line, try to drag around Sloan, but he had good support there to knock it off his stick. He's driven towards the net. Knocked down by the Rideaus and a stick lift. Chance again into the slot, and Slack met him. They score! They make it 2-1, and who is it but the captain, Derek Froats, again, his second of the game, and it's 2-1 Red Rockets.
Wow, great second effort. I know Slack made that first save, and unfortunately there was a rebound on the play that led to a mad scramble in front of the net, and ultimately got buried in.
Unbelievable. Slack coming out to meet him at the Valley. That was the only reason really he stopped that first shot. The second one needed to be cleared up, but the melee ensued.
I believe that goal could have been to Michael McNamee. Excuse me, I can't pronounce that. I think so, just based off of how they just celebrated there. I don't know, just that weird rule of, the first one to go celebrate at the bench.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Makes sense.
I guess we'll wait to see what the call is.
Ward being the replacement there, and what a hit on Beasley. Holy Dinah.
It was Michael McNamee.
From Froats. And they're in again, hunting them down. Eric Witzel will play that over to Spencer Cobble. To Devin. He's knocked off the puck, and what a hit. And that is going to be a charging penalty.
Charge that credit card.
It's going to be a 2-minute minor, and the Rideaus are going to get a chance to pop one and tie this game up at 2.
Whew. Those bodies hit the floor all right. Oh, my.
Draw to the right of Matt Jenkins. Nathan Slack, Tate Leeson, Theo Todd. Looks like Ben Beasley and Costello at the points. Opportunity for them to tie it here in the late stages of the first period. And wouldn't they love that? That's picked off now. Chipped ahead. McNamee trying to throw it in. He'll fire behind the net to kill off the first 20 seconds of this power play. Costello through center. He leads this power play so well. That was close to being offside. Todd behind the net. He's drilled along the boards. Bird pressuring this one in the corner. Good support by the Rideaus. Knocked down there. Todd hit, and a penalty coming to the Rockets. The Rideaus will have a 5-on-3 for 1:21.
And we're going to see Eric Witzel coming on the ice, and we know where his sweet spot is. Right in front of Matt Jenkins is where he's going to plant himself. He's going to try for the tip or get a shot off the rebound.
What an unbelievable crowd here, folks. You want to get a shot of the crowd, James, real quick? Get those guys over there if you can. Unbelievable crowd here. It's just massive. Both sides of the ice are like that. You can believe it. We got to be well over $1,000 again. Townsend at the point, and a chance for the Rideaus to pop 2 and take the lead before the end of the first 20. Bennett down low, will hold a circle to Sprague, to Bennett, looking left side to Townsend. They don't have a 1T option at the point, which is surprising. And the Rockets are taking full advantage of that, and now they switch. Townsend on the right side, and they go down to Spencer Cobbled, to Bennett, to Spencer, to Bennett. Walks in, looking for the shot, but Lau is there. blocking. That's into the slot again! And a great defensive play by the Rockets. Bennett looking over to Townsend. He'll move it over to Spencer, cobbled again. Shoots it through! Scored! What a goal! And Spencer cobbled with 2. It's a tie game once again.
That cobbled sister at it again with Eric Witzel right in front.
You can't stop what you can't see. And that was right there. That's exactly what happened. Minute 19 remaining in the second penalty. And if they're not careful, they could see themselves down by 1. A beautiful defensive effort by the Rockets. But relentless hunting for the net for the Rideaus.
You know, like when you're playing in, in that situation of 5-on-3, all the Rockets can do is play the triangle in that situation. But to prevent that cross crease pass.
100%.
But beautiful shot by Spencer Cobble.
Oh.
I wasn't sure what was going on there.
Me either. 1:19 remaining in the power play and 4:39 remaining here in the first 20. Walsh, a strong draw back to Kushnerick. Thrown up, and Costello will pick that one up. About a minute remaining when they finally enter the Rockets zone. Costello, long ice pass, and they're in. Todd on the far side. Back to the point to Costello. They're in, hunting Rockets. Ben Beasley to Costello. Walking in, he gets it down low to Theo Todd in the corner. Back to Ben Beasley. Over, Leeson shoots it just up over the net.
So the official goal was to Andrew Sprague, and it looked like he tipped the puck in.
To the corner, below the goal line, and that's knocked off his stick, and they'll move out through center and throw it in with 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Sprague has been unreal for Smith Falls. They must be just elated to have him back. Over to Theo Todd. He's across the blue line. Along the half wall, Tate Leeson finding late. Townsend the shot, and a terrific defensive effort. That goes up into the sky, kept into the zone. But Lau, he'll move it out to center ice. And 10 seconds remaining in the power play, and a hit by Bennett. And that'll do it for the second penalty.
There's a little bit of a slash on the play by Bennett right after the play that didn't get noticed.
They were wanting a high hit as well, call on the one along the boards. Russet back to Bennett. Just chipped around Bennett. Close to an interference there. The rule is Bennett thrown along to the blue line and in. No icing. Andrew McKinney in after Moores. Russet can't hold on to that one, and Azano out through center in a 2-on-3. The snap shot, and Dallas Slack, good part of the blue paint, makes a nice save there.
Zano has probably the most epic beard in the entire league. That thing is so full. It's like, how should I say, that is like the Brent Burns beard of the OSHL.
They brought him out of the woods, took the axe out of his hand and gave him a hockey stick and said, go out and hit some people and score a couple goals. McNamee with Williams with those 2 goals last night.
Man.
Massive goals after being run around for a little while. Tried the backhand into the slot to that one Azano, number 86 for the Rideaus. Knocked away and out through center. Spencer Cobbled, who has 2 already in the game. Chipped off his stick. In his Devin Cobbled. Beveridge took it off his stick. A good hit along the wall. Spencer along the half boards here, moving it into the corner. And through the legs of Devin Cobbled, it goes around to the other side. Derek Witzel being run into the corner by Beveridge. Devin, Eric, Spencer against Williams, Azano, and McNamee. The blue line knocked off his stick. Flipped into the corner. Azano, it's a long shift for these guys. Coming in late. Just throw it down low to Williams. They'll get control of it. Throw it back to the point to the all-star Paul Bird. Back in around the boards, it rings. And Spencer Cobbled. He's at the end of a long shift too. He'll flip that out through center. Bird in his feet. Gets control of that puck and sends it up to Ward. Hits Baker's foot. And they'll throw it in around the net. Dallas Slack there fighting the referee for the puck.
Townsend will flip it in through center, and the Rockets are starting to run the train now on the Rideaus. Starting to hit to hurt. A minute and a quarter and a couple pennies remaining here in the first period, and a 2-2 deadlock in front of a packed house at the Smith Falls Memorial Center. What a beauty game, the Rideau Canal enjoying this one. Tight shots in this one, 9-8 in favor of the Rideaus. Last night was a very, very different story. Slack, very calm playing that one. My goodness me. Long nice pass. They hunted that one down with two Rockets back. The blue line and in. Nevins along the wall. Behind the net. Nevins turning on his man. Puts it in behind the net. Baker can't handle it. The puck was off the glass. Rideaus. And they're out. Flipped it in. Another turnover that brings it back the other way for the Rockets. Looking into the slot. Chipped up over the net. Townsend there. Turn that over. Nevins hits his man along the wall. And Tate Leeson now with the puck. Crafty, number 92. Tate Leeson, 33 goals in the regular season. And a ton here in the playoffs as well. Just around the boards to Lau. He's got 12 on the playoffs here. Say his name.
McNamee.
McNamee?
Yeah.
Okay. Flipped into the zone. Walsh a shot, and it's stopped by Dallas Slack. Behind the net and out for the Rideaus, but McNamee will get it at center. Some good back and forth action here from both sides. 11 seconds to go, and nobody wanting to give up that late first period goal. Walsh sends it through to McNamee. Top of the circle, 1 second left, and that is going to do it for the first period.
Now it's a how do you do?
Indeed.
What'd you guys have for dinner?
Don't go anywhere, folks. James put together the, there's Costello giving him a couple little swats in the corner. These two teams, I guarantee you, I mean, you can see it on the ice, they don't enjoy each other's company very much.
No, but you know, they don't mind getting close to one another.
Indeed, yep. A lot of great places to eat here in Smith Falls. Getting those dinner reservations booked.
I hear that place called Milano's is not too bad.
Yes, great poutine. All right, folks, stay with us. First intermission, we've got the highlights from Game 1 back in Chesterville that everybody missed. As the Rockets beat the Rideaus in a 5-1 game last night, and we'll bring it to you now. 2-2 going to the second period. Rockets and Rideaus. Stay with us, folks.
Into the short side, couldn't connect. Getting behind the net, lock into the slot right there for Gibson. To the point to Walsh, back to the bottom of the circle, looking short side, he shoots and scores. The Rideaus capitalize on a penalty to the Rockets, capital Rideaus, and it's a 1-0 Rockets lead. Trying to regroup. Bring it back cross ice to Bird. Through the neutral zone and in. Azano walking around him, and the shot. Scored! It found a spot in the short side, and it's 2-0 Rockets. The Rockets win that battle. Back in behind the net again. Nevins. Pass. Shot. Scored! The Rockets have 3. The Rideaus looking for their first with 4:56 to go here in the first. Blue line. Turning in behind the net. Thrown up to Williams. Over to Froats. Froats in to the slot. Scored! Williams. He's been roughed up quite a bit in this game. The best way to get back at your opponent is net a goal, and it's 4-0 Rockets. One in behind the net. That bounces into the slot. Fake shot by Dowdall. He'll get a chance over. Scores! Andrew Sprague from Dowdall on a forecheck that breaks this 4-0 lead. 4-1. Rockets for another one. Dallas Slack have been terrific in these last two periods. Shot through screen. As I say it, they score, but Dallas Slack did not see that one. Massive screen in front of that net. And the Rockets will pull away into a 5-1 lead.
Well, after 20 minutes, what a period we were treated to here from the Smith Falls Memorial Center. Wanted to say thank you to the young lad.
That is iconic.
I was out going to get a poutine for my son. I did not have enough time to stand there and wait for it. Asked him to order it for me. Went out and talked to one of the owners of the league, and some of the big changes coming on in the league next season. It's going to be massive, folks. But for now, we have a lot in front of us and a lot to decide. The Rideaus can win the next 2 periods. We'll have a game possibly next week, and I don't even know when the game is, folks, to be honest. Back in Chesterville, the Rockets can win it. The cup is in the building, and we will have a championship awarded tonight to the Rockets for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. The first period, shots on goal, 9-9 apiece. 9-9 apiece. Spencer Cobbled on a turnover inside the Rockets zone, got them off and running. But the captain, Derek Froach, as he's done all season long and throughout these playoffs, pulls them back to within a tie at 1 from Marco Lozano and Michael McNamee. Then McNamee with a goal of his own from Marco Lozano and Derek Froach. Then Andrew Sprague scoring a beauty from Spencer Cobbled and David Bennett. Justin, what an incredible period. Only a couple of penalties and 4 goals scored. What a great crowd on hand.
Yeah, 1,350 strong in attendance today. That's got to be a record for this league.
Wow.
As of right now, I would assume. That's going back to the Gananoque series, they had close to 1,200, but now we're at 1,350 accounted for.
Just keeps growing and growing. And like I say, like you were saying in one of the games in the playoffs when we came to Smith Falls, they should have the All-Star game here. Yeah,
they most certainly should. And I'm going to be putting a little bug in our president's ear, saying, hey, this is a spectacle, and Smith Falls, be proud of what you guys have done.
Well done indeed.
Yes.
Well, we got a beauty for 40 minutes, and that's all. And let's hope that it's as exciting as that first period was, because, I mean, you wouldn't think it could get any better, but these 2 teams have a way of surprising you. And this second period is now underway. The captain, Costello, to Spencer Cobble. He'll throw it up, and McNamee there. He'll drill that back into the zone, a soft backhand, which really cancels each other out. Not sure what that means, but sent through center, and Witzel can't handle that one. Thrown up, knocked down in the neutral zone, and the Rockets move it in through center. McNamee shovels it along the wall and into the corner behind the net to Caron. Battle in the corner ensues to the point, now to Beveridge. The shot redirected the far side. Caron back to McNamee. McNamee trying to one-hand it out. Instead, he'll go to the point to Lau. Throw that through, and Dallas Slack finds it. It's a battle between Caron and Costello. It's in front of that net. Rockets, yes. Take a drink. Big hit there, Rajenovic giving it to Ben Beasley. Back out through center. Spencer Cobbled over to Eric Witzel with his head up the whole time, and a good thing because the all-star recipient Bird going at him with full force. Through center they go. Shot on goal, and Dallas Slack at the top of the crease makes easy work of that one. Minute 20 into the first period.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Michael McNamee, he's a man of many talents. He's actually also a musician.
What is
songwriter.
He's a songwriter.
Yeah, actually yesterday in the Rockets warm-ups, I played one of his songs.
Ah, very nice. 1.5 ball shot. There's guys from this league, like Jake Clement, getting his, I think, doctorate.
Yeah. So congratulations to Jake Clement. EOSHL champion, top goaltender last season, former Frontenac Phantom.
Record-setting save night as well that we were a part of.
Yeah, he's a man full of many of accomplishments, and I got to say there's nothing greater than what he just accomplished becoming Dr. Jake Clement.
Reminds me of a Ken Dryden, incredibly bright and a terribly awful goalie to play against.
But a very terrible president of hockey operations.
Yes, indeed. Do better with that, Jake, if you get that opportunity. Tate Leeson up to Sprague, and talking about terrible guys to face, Sprague and Leeson, two guys goalies fear. Dowdall taking the body before the puck, but the bodies are flying around this arena. Froats finding Azano, and that beauty beard into the corner, the redirect, and that glove comes in handy once again for Dallas Slack as he snares that one out of the midair.
The actual last time Jake Clement lost a game was here in his final game with the Frontenac Phantoms, and then he went on a 12-0 run with the Gananoque Islanders.
We had talked about that. If they had put Jake Clement in a situation where, no offense to the Phantoms, but in a situation where he was on a high caliber, high octane club, what he could do with that, and if it would become a situation where instead of seeing 40, 50, 60 shots a night, seeing less would be hard for him, but that was not the case.
No, not at all. And you know, I know Jake, he's awaiting his hip surgery because he tore his hips, and of course, as a goaltending, and of course, with a goaltender, you know, your hips are extremely valuable to your game.
Ryan Lau with Kevin Lau with an incredible knockdown there to force that opportunity instead of coming in with a break chance. Chance in front now, shoots it up and over the net.
Froats just with that golden opportunity almost threaded the needle.
Indeed, knocks that one down, but he slipped. It's back the other way for the Rideaus as they try to get something going inside the Rocket zone. Kevin Lau with a big hit on the boards there. Almost causes a turnover, flips it to the far side, and Reed Russett knocks that down. McKenney runs a little bit of interference there to create that play, but the Rockets take advantage and move it out through center. McNamee across the line, and an offside will bring it outside the zone. Let's bring it back to the 80s. I love it.
Some Don Cherry Rock'em Sock'em
yes,
6.
Exactly, buddy. That's exactly what I was thinking. You've got to love that.
You know, let's look at some big hits here from the past season. I'm not really good at impersonating Don, unfortunately.
That was great. It was great. 16:43 remaining here in the second period. Hope you're enjoying it, folks. Hit that like button and fire the share up as well if you can. As many people in to watch this. Two teams in the EOSHL, high caliber hockey clubs and organizations. Thanks to everybody for how welcoming they've been from both sides of the equation. Murray and Ange and Melissa, and I don't want to leave anybody out. Rusty and company shot by Nevins, and Dallas Slack makes easy work of that. He makes every save, 95% of them look easy.
Really do. That just, you know, we've always talked about boring goaltending is what you want.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes if you make that flashy save, sometimes it just means you were just in that position. But
that's such a good point.
But most of the time with Dallas, if he's making a flashy save, it's because he made that first save.
Indeed. Baker at the draw to the left of Slack. He'll get thrown out. Bring in Ward. Kyle Ward and Witzel. That strung draw lands to the Rideaus, and they'll send it out through center. Schnarek. He banked it off the back of the net. Now come back around to the other side now, off the glass and sent out through center. Bouncing puck handled by Nevins. Throws it into the corner and goes after it. Gets behind Beasley. Works him around the corner, fires it towards the net. Redirect goes to Adam Beveridge. Baker, he leaves it, and a smart play there. Looking out from the corner is Nevins. A shot stopped by Slack through a massive screen. Good play by Costello. Head up the whole time. It took a hit by Nevins. Another big hit on Beasley by Caron. Lost a stick there. Rings it around the glass and out through center. Jenkins comes out as that third defenseman to help his guys settle this play down. What a buzz in this arena. Pass over and up. McNamee trying to get around Bennett. He'll stop up, put it on net. Just misses. Short side, Caron throws it back the other way. That's picked up now by Michael. McKenney down the ice and no icing. Jenkins didn't like that. Comes out quick lead. Plays it to Walsh. Trying to get it out of the zone, but the Rideaus are on that too quick. But they will, in the end, flip pass over, they're in the zone. Wool shoots and scores! He's got a laser, and I think he used the D as a screen. It's 3-2 Rockets early on in the second.
Based off of Dallas Slack's body language, it looked like there was a screen in front because he shrugged his shoulders like, I didn't see that.
Firing at blocker side. Oh, thank you. I was wondering why it was like that. Good Lord above. Wow, what a game. Just that quickly. Looked like nothing was even going on. And now it's 3-2 for the Rockets. Rideaus, that's chipped up, and that goes up and into the crowd, something you don't see very often. And landed right up here. You don't see that very often, folks, as there's usually a screen, but here in Smith Falls, they're fantastic that way, where they have the high glass and don't need to have that mesh in front of us.
Fans can be gifted the opportunity of receiving a puck.
I miss that, I'll tell you. I mean, you come out, you expect that. If it's a 103-mile-an-hour slapper and it goes up into the fans, hey, guess what? You got a story to tell.
We know Don Cherry had some words about that.
Yes, he did. He really was not too happy about that. Boy, I miss that man. Nathan Slack in his own zone, chipped up through center. Opportunity there for Tate Leeson. It's knocked off his stick. And I'll tell you, the Rockets have not done this. That's a chance there to knock down into the corner. Lock falls on him, and they'll call that. The Rideaus, or the Rockets, have not done the same thing that Gananoque did with Tate Leeson, where they really surrounded him with 2 and 3 guys. They just focus on everybody.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed that the Rockets have done a really good job with Leeson is boxing him out to the outside and really taking away that open ice that he thrives on. And you know, usually he's really great at cutting towards the middle, but they've done a great job at just not letting that happen.
Sitting high is Gibson here for a draw from Majanovic, and it may help him here because Russet is getting thrown out. Theo Todd, he's a great center though, can't win it. Couldn't get it on. Shot through a screen and so many bodies in front of that net. And Slack, I'll tell you, is going to get frustrated if that keeps happening. Andrew McKinney, the sift pass, looking for the net, and a great save by Jenkins. You know, he doesn't face a ton of shots, right? Last night, stopping 20 of 21. I was going to say this on the car ride in. The reason for that as well is not just because of the Rockets' incredible defense, which is a huge factor, but he doesn't give up rebounds.
No, he gobbles that puck right up. You know, he definitely has his equipment customized.
It's beautiful. He just needs a paint job on that helmet. He looks
really
sharp.
He's the goalie architect.
It's a false straw. Russet, he's getting thrown out too. He's not happy about that. McNamee as well. To the right of Jenkins. I'll tell you, they're early, both of them. And that's one along the wall. Finds its way to the point to Costello. He'll shoot it through. And what a defensive play by Azzano, getting his glove up there. No protection either. And that forces this play all the way down the ice into the Rideaus zone. Bordered along the wall near that Zamboni door. And that ice is never good as it is, but they find a way to move it out for the Rideaus. But it's taken away by Froats, and that shot. Great defensive play by Beasley. It's over into the corner, and Costello pins his man along the wall, and the puck comes out to him. Sneaking into the back door was Beveridge. They backhanded on goal, rung it around the boards out through center, and it's going to go 200 feet for an icing. Wild hockey from Smith Falls. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Yeah, I saw some fans walking around with those ginormous air horns.
Yeah, that's
propane. Look like propane tanks walking around.
Looks like propane tanks. 13-11 to go here in the second period, and a 3-2 lead for the Rockets as they lead this series 2-1. And a victory will bring the cup back home to Chesterfield. A win for the Rideaus will force a game 5 deciding game. A point shot by Bird at the top of the crease. The Slack. Costello gives him a little bear hug. And it's going to be a penalty to one of them. It might be to Costello for that little 2 minutes for interference.
Not sure it's not 2 minutes for bear hugging.
Yeah, a little bear hug from Reed Russet. Draw to the right, Dallas Slack.
I mean, this is the home of the Bears as well, the junior team. You know.
A bear hug. To the corner, Townsend being harassed there. That's drilled down the ice. Jenkins out to play it. Throwing it up, and they are in. Mitchell Gibson, wide pass. Stick getting in the way there. Locked, throwing into the corner, off the glass, hits a stanchion, and it's out to center ice. Relieves some of the time on this penalty. And Fabian Walsh, he's got McNamee with him for support and Karam, but cobbled, Spencer cobbled. Really giving him the fits there, but he comes away with it. Great hand-eye to move that through center. Karam bodied, Gibson to trail, pass across ice, and McNamee didn't have time to settle it down. Bounces on his stick. Good play by Devin Cobbled. He'll throw that up. Caron turning in his own zone. Bennett will make a line change. It's sent along to Locke. It's going to go 200 feet for an icing. Well, that just shows the great defense right now by the Rideaus. Team that can move the puck so well like the Rockets as they did in game one, and that first goal of the game, pin passing in that power play, and they just can't seem to get it going. 1:04 left in this power play for North Dundas, and they have yet to put a shot on Slack. On the wall, that hits a boot, stays in the zone. Caron taking the hit and focusing on the puck against, is that Sprague? That can't be, yeah, that's Andrew Sprague. Always digging in.
He's a Swiss Army knife. He does everything. He kills penalties, scores goals, blocks shots. He does it all.
Caron from McNamee and in. Caron looking back to McNamee. Shoveled it along the wall, goes all the way around to the other side. Maybe give them some space for the last 30 seconds here. Rideaus are spread out so well, but it's in the slot. A good play there by Sloan to knock him off stride. It's out of the zone again. 20 seconds left. Witzel taking his time. Coming in across the blue line, knocked off his stick. Chipped up through center, and a 4-on-2 embrace. McNamee cross, ripped a shot, and he scored! What a shot, and what a goal! 11:08 left in the second. They've broken up a 2-goal lead.
And that is a goal just like Alexander Ovechkin,
Yes,
in that
is.
same spot.
What a call indeed. What a bullet. It was off his stick and into the mesh as soon as it left his tape. What a bullet. Wow. The counter punch we were talking about. The Rockets double the lead, and the Rideaus now need to go to the offense. Good tribute to Ovechkin, and he made a career out of that. The Rockets took a tidy 2-goal lead out of it. Sent all the way down the ice. That will get on Jenkins, and he'll play that the half wall. Lozano will dig in to try and move it out. Janovic behind his own net. The Rockets played off the boards. And this is the Rockets' wheelhouse right here. Getting up to a lead in a game like this and holding the fort. Janovic to Lozano. Flipped out through center, hit the back of Kyle Dowdall, and that again gets out of the arena and into the crowd. We are 30 seconds away from the halfway point of this epic tilt between the Rideaus and the Rockets.
We're starting to feel a lot more physicality coming, a lot more bigger hits, but also there's just a lot more suffocation going on in the middle of the ice where both teams are not giving each other anything up the middle.
Explosive teams with defense like that, it just shows, you know, defense wins hockey games. Great goaltending wins hockey games. You can't just be Maple Leaf freewheeling offense and try and win a playoff series. The body's flying like this. You've got to be able to respond. Both these teams just keep responding to each other. Knocked off his, by the way, I'm a Maple Leafs fan, folks.
I was going to say we can rely on some Justin Hulls and some Jake Gardners.
Yes, indeed. Oh, my goodness, right? Wow. Pass over to Andrew McKenney. That's sent a long way. Will it get on Jenkins again? Not this time. That's going all the way back down to the Rideau zone.
I just had to throw that in there.
No, that was great help. Rockets will be able to get a line change. Rideaus send out the same 5. Vujanovic, he's got Gibson high at the top of the circle. One back, Moores, he'll control it, throw it towards the net. Slack will stop that. It sat right there. They'll get it again. He tried to feed Gibson right in the slot, just out of his reach. That puck goes, hits something wild. It went all the way down. They don't call the icing. The Rideaus trying to take advantage of it. Chipped off the boards, and Locke moved that out through center on a one-on-one. Gibson versus Costello. Tried the how's she going. It hits Vujanovic. Shot on goal. It's in the crease, and he couldn't get his tape on it. Great defensive play there by Smith Falls.
Great mad scramble on Dallas Slack's crease, but luckily for him, it stayed out.
Wow. Slack leaves it for the sure hand of Costello. To Flaro's own Andrew McKinney. Pass over to Reed Russett. Russett backhands it into the zone in behind the net to Jenkins, and they will set up wholesale change for the Rideaus. Caron to McNamee, throws it in behind the net, and Fabian Walsh there to receive that one. Into the corner, Beasley makes a smart play there to Devin Cobble, but the Rockets are just everywhere it seems right now. Good play there by Beasley to support in the corner, and Spencer Cobble throwing it off the boards to Eric Witzel. Witzel has nobody on this board here, but he finds Cobble somehow in his third eye, and they're out through center. Looking for a drop pass here. No, he'll try and go to the net, but there's 4 Rockets there, and that shot turns into nothing. The Rockets will flip it back out through center ice. Move towards Slack one more time. Slack settles it down, and the Rockets are able to make a change. Through center, Devin Cobble. Can't receive that pass cleanly. The Rockets will send it up through center and down the ice, and on that is Nevins, giving Beasley some fits. The corner now, Nevins, backhand behind the net. Townsend takes him out. Moores can't settle it down through center with 8:10 to go here in the second period. They'll just slow the play down. No, they will do the exact opposite. Move it up quick. I thought they were going to take a moment. Lozano trying to move it across the blue line, and it's in. Lozano giving chase on Townsend. Townsend trying to get out of his own zone, but a great offensive push there causes this opportunity. And this second period is a replay of last night's game. It's 9-2, the shots in favor of the Rockets. The Rideaus were only able to put up 4 shots up in that second period last night. Knocked down mid-ice area. Flip back in, and Slack will play this one. Clock starting to dwindle down. The Rideaus, as they just can't seem to get it going. That's going to be a high stick to be brought back to the Smith Falls area. Hope you're enjoying it, folks. It's a great game. The chants are starting, trying to get their Rideaus going here in Smith Falls. Sprague at the draw. He'll win it back to Townsend. Flips it in. And the icing is called off. Back to the point. Along the wall. Dowdall was leaving the zone. Baker will pick it up. Looking to go behind the net, but there is Tate Leeson. Good smart play there to try and get it to the blue line, and they will get it out. That's a stick, goes up into the corner. Line change for the Rockets, so they won't be able to go after this one. Bennett throwing it around to the far side to Townsend. Off the glass and out to center ice. They're looking just for their opportunity here. Keeps it on side. McNamee knocked down by Townsend. Caron shovels it back into the corner. Walsh trying to poke it around to McNamee, and he can't. Dowdall sends it into the middle of the ice for the speedy Sprague. Sprague ripped it on goal, and Jenkins will stop that one. Great chance there for Andrew Sprague into the slot again. And the Rideaus just looking to take advantage of opportunities. Caron away, 1 to beat. The puck was rolling. He's at the end of a long shift as well, but a hit on Sprague causes this puck to come back into the neutral zone. They're in, and no Rockets came off the bench. What a smart play. Bouncing puck, and Slack will find it and hold on for the whistle. That would have been an offside if they would have come on for the line change. So for a moment, the Rockets only had 3 players on the ice.
Yeah, so great hockey IQ there to recognize that situation.
Brilliant. Draw to the right, Matt Jenkins. Frustration starting to set in for the Rideaus. 25 minutes and 50 seconds remaining for them to get a couple of goals. Shot towards the net, knocked off. Slack stick behind the net, hit along the wall, and that looked to us like it went in just from our angle. Theo Todd across the line and over to Andrew McKinney. The shot, and a nice save by Jenkins, trying to stay sharp. Hasn't seen a lot of action in this first 15, 16 minutes of the period. Chipped along the glass in the neutral zone. Rajenovic leaving it for Locke, and they're in the Rideau zone. Costello sees the line change. He's looking to get it up quick, but he can't get anybody open. Costello, and they're looking for that long ice pass. It is chipped in, and the icing is negated. Reed Russett going in after Rajenovic. Or is that Kucherik? Boarded along the wall by Froats. Coming out of their own zone with gusto. Zano chips it along, hits a stanchion, comes back to center ice. Turning and wheeling is Zano again. That pass runs along the blue line. And Spencer Cobble will gather that puck and move it back to Costello. The speed that's on the ice, it doesn't even make it like the ice, it doesn't even make it seem like the ice is bigger here in Smith Falls. They're just so close to each other all the time. Everybody moving their feet. That's what you got to do. Nice lead to McNamee. He gets around him from a pass from Zano. Shovels it towards the net. Into the corner now, and Costello takes a hit, but keeps on trucking. Townsend stopping up. They've got to make room. Spencer Cobble. He looks up, all he sees is red. Moves back into his own zone. Fires a pass across as Bennett comes off the bench. Thrown in, and Bird, the first one there, rings it around the boards, and that's just rocket. Cobble leaving it for Townsend. On him, fast as Baker. Townsend. Good way to protect the puck on that one. He'll get out of his own zone with good speed, and the pass across creates room for Witzel. Shot, the pass shot towards Townsend, just out of his reach. The blue line, Witzel gets it into Spencer Cobbled. The blue line, he's trying to make himself a bit of space. Passing to Devin Cobbled, and the Rockets will not have any of that. Just can't create any space. The Rideaus can't. Rockets are playing some incredible defense right now.
Yeah, and they're just playing shutdown at this point, and they're doing such a great job just taking away the Rideau scoring opportunities.
Sean Sloan to Bird, or turns it over to Bird. Perron sends a nice pass to McNamee. Slack there to Nathan Slack, just calm as a
Calm as a cucumber, Bill.
Yes, yes. Adam Beveridge throwing it in behind the net and around to Sprague. He's being met by McNamee, but he made a beauty move on him. A shot here would be perfect. Back to Nathan Slack, and a turnover, and a 2-on-1 ensues. And a break for Caron. Walking in, Caron. Nice move around, and a goal! What a pass! Fabian Watch keeps rolling, and the Rockets are red hot with a 5-2 lead. What a beauty play by the defenseman, but an even better play to get around him. And a great setup for a goal.
Yeah, you know, this is twice now that we've seen some odd man rushes that have resulted in goals where, you know, there's too many Rideaus up the ice, and the Rockets, they identify that, and they force a turnover and then go back the other way and score.
Shots are what they need. And that one play in the was, you would think that a shot would be on the table, as they only have a few right now. You know, put her on net, you never know, right? You've got to shoot that puck, and the Rockets not giving them a lot of opportunities as well. When you get them, put them on.
I'm wondering here if you're going to see some line shifts or say some shifting of the lines right now with the Rideaus, if they're going to go with the high-powered lines there with Leeson and maybe Sprague, and you might see one of the Cobbles out there. I don't know. You might want to do some shuffling.
sign up in 1 second. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there. Uncle Shane, and there's a battle ensuing in behind the net as well. Oh boy.
Brett Costello is not happy
Is it?
right now. Oh, and Andrew McKinney slashing away.
The emotions starting to run high for these two clubs. Oh boy.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the game, you don't want to get into that after the, after the whistle. Any kind of like unsportsmanlike conduct. So those will ultimately really cost you a game with that, that nonsense.
100%. After the whistle stuff, if you lay a guy out like that charging call that they made at the mid-ice in the first period, if that's a penalty you're taking, those are the ones you can accept. It's the ones after the whistle where I consider you can't control yourself.
Yeah.
And you're the only one going to the box. If it's like this, it's a battle between two guys for the Rockets. They're taking the captain off the ice. That's a positive for them.
Yeah.
But if it's only one guy, you're getting into a bit of trouble.
Hey, like I say to my students at school, you're responsible for you.
Yes, indeed.
And whatever trouble you get into is your fault.
The stories you tell me, I won't repeat them or nothing, but my goodness, my hat's off to the EAs in this world. It's a job. When I was healthy, I could do any physical job you put in front of me, and I was smart and quick to understand the fastest way to do most jobs if you give me time. When it comes to situations like that, there is no way that I could do that job. My hats are off to you, Justin. It's an important job. It's an incredibly important job that doesn't get talked about enough.
One of the things I do talk to my students a lot about is, a lot of them don't find math very fun, but I can tell you, I use this league as a prime example why math is fun and why numbers, figuring out formulas on save percentages, goals against average, all that stuff, why that makes math so much fun. I know, like I'm babbling on, and I was terrible at math, but it's part of the game that I always found interesting.
I love the math.
Yeah.
That's the Rockets cheer. That is a North Dundas Rockets chant going on here in Smith Falls, and the crowd is loving it. And it's a 2-minute penalty to Smith Falls. Oh, another one.
If I'm Michael McKinney right now, I would be skating away right now and getting away from that.
I think he's getting another 2. The officials helped the referee out with that one.
Nope, nothing happened from it.
Oh, no, they're not. No, they're not.
You just don't want to be taking any unnecessary penalties. You're going to put, and there's another, maybe that's just for the extra 2 minutes.
That could be the one served by Costello, and he'll come out of the box, as they're probably both taking 10 minutes. Well, they can be taking 10 minutes, so they take them off the ice. It's got to be something.
It's probably the extra 2 minutes for roughing or whatever they may call it. But at the end of the day, it's a Rockets power play, and the Rideaus currently coming into tonight's game were effective 66%.
I just wanted to really quickly say thanks to everybody in the chat for all the kind words and all that, and keep it rolling if you can. Hit the likes and shares and whatnot, get it out there. We're just really trying to focus on the game tonight as much as we can, but we do see you, and we do very much appreciate all your support, especially all season long. Minute 45 remaining here in the second period of a 5-2 lead for the Rockets, and they have a power play here to look to go up by 4. Mack in the corner, going to set this up, and he will to Walsh. Back over to Locke, down low, into the point. It'll hit Walsh. That's a nice shot and a good save by Dallas Slack. Moved into the corner, moving the puck very well as the Rideaus have gotten a little tighter in the box. A shot and a great save by Dallas Slack. Read that pass very well.
Very well. His lateral movement was absolutely flawless in that, and just absorbed that puck right in the nice old, good old chest protector.
Talking about rebounds, and right there he made sure of that one. Keeps Rideaus in striking distance. McNamee. He's got Locke again with Lau and Perron. Cause some damage, but Sprague to Spencer Cobble. tactic handling across that blue line and moves over to the two Rideaus waiting for him at the blue line. Sprague trying to force the issue on Kevin Lau. He gives him the one-arm shiver, moves it out through center ice. Good Lord above. Trying to get in his Lau. He walked in and fanned on the shot. Bennett, he'll knife that down to Andrew Sprague as he gets across the blue line, looking to Spencer Cobble. Shot and a deflection hits Jenkins in the shoulder, and he made a nice save on that one.
Almost went up and over him.
Big hit at center ice again. The hits keep on coming. Put the puck on net like we're talking about, and that's the type of stuff that can happen. Not a lot Jenkins can do on a deflection like that. He made a nice save. Across the line, Spencer Cobbled with 15 seconds remaining in the period. And 21 in the power play. They're just trying to run this period out, and they will. They got some work to do in that third period now. And stay tuned for the second intermission because, yeah, we have the championship game from last season when the Islanders beat the Rockets to win their first championship, knocking off the back-to-back defending champions. So stay tuned for that one, folks. We have got another 20 minutes of EOSHL finals action between the North Dundas Rockets and the Smith Falls Rideaus. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Low again, looking for Selling in front of the net. Score! Rockets once again. He's been on fire. And Gananoque lights the lamp first. Ever important first goal in this game. Oh, W. Pass up in a 2-on-1 break. In on goal, Scan. Shoots. Stop. Rebound. Score! Gets rewarded as he should with this incredible series. He's been dynamic. North Dundas throwing it in front, trying to have it bounce off something and go into the cage, but they can't. Beveridge didn't see it. Now he does. Makes the play down low. North Dundas holding his own. Front. Walsh! Stop. Scored! Walsh finds the back of the net. And North Dundas is within one. What an effort by the Reds. Can't put it on net. Throwing it into the corner, and Higgs looking for that late trailer Murray. But they got three North Dundas Rockets coming out of the zone with speed. Gustafson in to the slot. A chance. Shoots. Rebound. Scores. North Dundas has tied this game just after the halfway point. What a goal and what a setup. And I'll tell you again, won't like it because Gustafson set that whole play up. Didn't finish it, but he was a big contributor to that 2-2 tie now.
Just with all the red and green, going by all the benches.
Higgs lost the handle on that. Williams filled in by Brown. He'll get it across the blue line, and this crowd loves that. The drop pass, the shot. He got enough of it to get through Jenkins, and it's back to a 3-goal, 3-2 Canada knock lead. Rajanovic, cross ice pass. North Dundas straddling that blue line. Half-board play, now to back to me. Shot through, shot, rebound, score! 3-3 now. They've tied it again, and it goes back and forth. Harris. Oh, almost very bad. Okay, we gotta switch.
We're 40 minutes down. We have 20 to go. The shots on goal in that period favored the Rockets 14-5 in total. 23-14 in favor of North Dundas. They got off and running early on in that period as Fabian Walsh from Michael McNamee is his third point of the game at that point. And Cody Caron assisting. Then Chris Kushnerik from Fabian Walsh and Michael McNamee. And Fabian Walsh again from Michael McNamee and Sean Moores to make it a 5-2 game, and that's where we stand. McNamee has had a hand in all 5 goals with a goal and 4 assists on the night, 2 goals and an assist for Fabian Walsh, and the captain Croats with a goal and assist, 2 assists for Marco Azano. Goal and an assist for Cobbled, and Andrew Sprague scoring for the Rideaus, where they're going to need much, much more in this period if they want to force a game 5 back in Chesterville. There's only been 6 penalties total in this game, and you've got to love that. 3 aside. The score is 5-2. A lot of work to be done by the Smith Falls Rideaus. And I mean, if any team in the West can do it, it would be the Rideaus. As we said in the opening, they're a high-powered, high-octane offensive hockey club that can score goals at times at will. Averaging 8.1 goals a game in the regular season, but against these Rockets, goals are definitely difficult to come by. The Rideaus have no quit in mind. They have 6 seconds to kill off the penalty, and they'll be back to 5-a-side hockey, and that's when they've got to attack. This 5-2 game, as we allowed the ice to settle, we're reminded of what an incredible season this has been in the Eastern Ontario Super Hockey League. It's just grown and grown, and that's because of the great ownership of every team in this league, and the great new owners, and John and Josh, that have expanded this league to higher and higher heights. And Justin, this third period could be the end of the season, but what does Smith Falls have to do to keep the series going?
They need to take some chances. Obviously, you know, with that being said, high risk, high reward. But with that in mind, the Rockets have a fantastic counterattack. They force a lot of turnovers. As we've seen, I'd say 3 of the 5 goals have been from turnovers and too many men pinching in the offensive zone that just led to Rockets with a 4-on-2, a 2-on-1, a 3-on-1, and it's led to goals. So Rideaus have to be very, very cautious but at the end of the day, this is do or die.
Shot selection,
any.
Yeah.
Any, from anywhere.
Take the eyes away from that man right there, Matt Jenkins. Because if he sees it, he's going to stop it.
And another thing I want to mention as well, Billy, is we haven't seen very much of Tate Leeson in that second period.
No.
I'm not sure if maybe fighting an injury or maybe, I don't know. I didn't really notice much in that second period, and usually he's very noticeable out on that ice.
It's hard not to notice him out on the ice most of the time. And one guy that I've seen in fifth gear this whole game is Spencer Cobbled, Eric Witzel, David Bennett is still going, of course, Costello. And Costello, I mean, he's trying to lead the charge, but they're trying to shut him down at every moment. But there are some bright spots in the Rideaus, and if they can keep going in this third, Andrew Sprague, of course, as well.
Yep.
They have an opportunity to tie this game up. They have no quit in them. See what they have left in the tank.
I would love to see a line with Leeson and Sprague. You know, with their speed and creativity, I would love to see that. You know, maybe put Eric Witzel up the middle. You know, for Smith Falls, you know, they got to generate something. And, you know, shuffling the lines might be the answer to this third period.
One great thing about this game has been the officiating. They have done a wonderful job. Like I was saying in the intermission there, Justin, 6 penalties in total throughout this game, and they've been even 3 on and 3 off.
It's more than half.
Yes, indeed. Yep. It's been terrific. And the OSHL brings out the best and the brightest in those striped shields. And we'll see what the final 20 has. Game 4. Rideaus must score 3. The Rockets just need to hold on
And if history's taught us anything, the Rockets, that's their A game, holding opponents to what they're at.
Drilled right in front of us here along the wall. It's backhanded in and flipped out to the blue line, and that's a turnover and a chance again, and a shot, a defensive play, and the rebound is right there. A nice stop by Dallas Slack, and he'll hold on to that one for the whistle.
Definitely in this game so far, the Cobbles and Witzel line has just been the one that's really stood out in this game for Smith Falls. They're hitting, they're generating scoring chances, and they're out there, I feel like, every second shift.
They're a terrific unit. They really are. What you were saying, I mean, when you've got that line going, the Leeson-Sprague combo with even McKinney, it hit him right up in the chest. A high-risk play in front of your own net. Exactly where you want to be on that one. But Kevin Lau throwing that up to Fabian Walsh. Cross ice pass. They'll get it in neatly. And Adam Beveridge, big boy, coming in behind that net. The forecheck, and they just wanted a line change 40 seconds into this period. The Rockets just trying to make sure that they got fresh legs on the ice to make sure they can back check, especially in a transition play like this. It's Devin Cobbled firing it. Indeed, like we were saying, put it on net. Shoot it from anywhere. Weirder angle sometimes the better, because you're not expecting it as a goalie. It's kept in and shoveled back in. The Rockets will contain that puck and move out through center. The pass, it's a foot, but Bird is there across that blue line, and he's into the zone. Throwing in the slot, the rebound, and he just fired it wide. Through center. Andrew Sprague now trying to make something happen, looking towards the center of the ice that has been clogged by the Rockets. Going around the boards, and Andrew Sprague there to meet. Knocked down. Dowdall looking to move that puck, and there's Sprague and Leeson. It's like they've got us in their ear on that bench, Justin. What a nice play by Gibson. But Leeson there to turn that one over, and Gibson across the blue line trying to hit Locke. That comes out across the line. McNamee smart. Plays it back to the D so they can control the puck instead of forcing it back into a bunch of Rideau defenseman. That's chipped in by Leeson. He'll go off. Sprague going in to pinch inside the zone. That could have been close there. Lau up through center. Bennett, his own zone. Looking up ice. They've been looking up ice all game, which you can see how spread out they are. These long passes, they're not working.
No, they aren't. And the Rockets, they're recognized that. Like they have their head up ice the entire time. And look at this.
McNamee scores! What a pass! The forecheck was incredible. Found him in the slot, and the Rockets are up by 4.
Yeah, they had their. You can see they were out there ready. They had their heads up, and they knew when to have the counter punch ready for that, and McNamee just timed that properly to have that counter attack in place to bury it 5-hole on Slack.
Well, they, the heads are shaking on the ice of the Rideaus, and they're trying, as you were saying, trying to get risky, trying to get things going, and the long ice passes just aren't working. Got to stay maybe together. Tight-knit passes come up the ice as a 5-man unit. Costello try and deke his way through center. He'll flip it in, and the Rideaus they're caught standing still at the blue line after a while. You can't really get moving. And the Rockets again will move it out through center, and a beauty pass to Lau will get inside the zone, behind the net. Trying to go back to the point. They'll shovel it back around, but the Rideaus are there to pin him against the wall. North Dundas will come out of the corner with it. It comes down onto the stick of Reed Russett. That flip pass, and a great effort there by Andrew McKinney, just out of his reach. In behind the net and flipped over to Baker. Baker sending that one long ice up and into the zone. Yeah. Across the backhand pass, goes over into the corner behind the net. The Rockets collide, and now the Rideaus have a chance up ice. Bennett. The Rockets are set back up inside their own zone. All three of them. David Bennett turning in the corner, shakes him off, goes back to the point for Townsend. Townsend trying to get into position. He'll shoot it through and stops there by Jenkins. Flipped up through center. Bennett knocks that down. Pass over. Goes to McNamee. He's trying to go around the man, but he can't. A nice play by Fabian Walsh. McNamee, they are bussing. Redirect and a beautiful save by Slack. And he'll hold on to the whistle. That was a 10-bell save right there on the redirect in front of that net.
Dallas Slack doing Dallas Slack things, making his Texas size saves in close.
Indeed, it took 43 minutes to hear the Texas size save.
It was only a matter of time, Billy.
100%. 16:02 remaining here in the third period. Thank you, Steve, big time. Heard from shots on goal now are 24-14 in favor of the Rockets. They're putting it on net and getting rewarded for it. Nathan Slack and behind his own net. And they'll try and march out together. That pass to the middle won't work. They go over to Sloan. That chipped it in, and it must have hit a stanchion. Stayed outside the zone. Cobbled, trying to go through the middle. Goes back to Sloan through his legs, and Walsh is trying to get there first, but Slack comes out. Walsh, what a great hand-eye he's got. Almost knocked that down, turned it into a goal. Thrown down the ice for an icing. Coming back 200 feet.
Rideaus are lucky that they have a excellent puck-handling goaltender in Dallas Slack, and he just came out comfortably, played it, but that was close.
Well, a great crowd on hand to witness a great game between two Warrior hockey clubs. Marjanovic, Gibson, the shot. They're looking for the nail. One more, put this one out of reach. 4 goals in 15 minutes is definitely not off the table. Witzel around his man at the blue line, trying to move it in. There's just too much red. Beasley a shot through, nobody in front of that net. Jenkins makes tidy work of that one. Looking to the point, run out of room, Cobbled, and is drilled along on the half wall. Through center, Brett Costello. And a smart play by the Rockets. That was a short shift by North Dundas, but when you get the opportunity, change it up. Moore's both D, they're going off.
Keep it fresh.
Yeah. Smart hockey, championship style hockey. Through the middle of the ice, and it's Tate Leeson, a shot, he scored! Tate Leeson, they're cut the lead in half. It's 6-3, and the life has been injected back into this arena.
There we go. The noise of Tate Leeson has returned.
The sniper, hard to keep him off the score sheet for a whole 60 minutes. And he shows right there why he led this league in goals. 33 big ones. That's 46 now on the season in total with his 13 in the playoffs.
You might just have to start calling him Mr. Ovechkin.
Indeed. Chipped along the wall and drilled into the corner, and the Rockets got to make sure they be careful with this Rideaus club. Slack played along the wall, and a rolling puck goes past the Rocket forechecker, Tate Leeson. The mid-ice area, backhands that in. That bouncing puck will be hard to, if it would have kept bouncing, would have been hard to handle for the Rockets defense. Thrown around the wall to the point, Townsend throwing it on, and a deflection goes up and into the sky. When it brings it down, it'll be 14 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the third.
Andrew Sprague just in the right position to tip that puck, but unfortunately it just went a little too high.
A little bit of a curve on that one. And the Leeson Sprague line, and Dowdall, that sounds like a killer. Now they got Russet, McKenney, and Todd out there. Try and find a way to get one here for the Rideaus before the 10-minute mark. Far side, looking to spring out of the zone and catch the Rideaus on their heel.
That reminds me of Andrew Reinhold, because he lines up like that all the time.
They don't see him.
No, Rhino is just so fast.
Pass over to Lau. Kevin Lau, the drop pass, the shot by Ward. Williams saw it. Haven't seen a ton of Williams in this game, to be honest. Good body in the corner, and Bennett saw it. Pass through center. Theo Todd now trying to go around Loud. Todd to the net. A great save by Jenkins. Off the glass to the blue line. And out. Baker knocked off his stick. They'll turn it around. Theo Todd. How's she going? Pretty nice. They score! Wow. What a great, great play. And they're back in this one. Down by 2 with 13 and a quarter to go.
This is hockey, Billy. We love this.
Oh, they've They've injected life into the arena, and that's all they needed. And it's become a hockey game once again.
Wow. That Theo Todd, he's got the moves, doesn't he? He's second on the team in scoring, right behind T. Gleason. So
Didn't look like much was going on. He did a little toe drag, created some room, and bing.
hey, you notice he tried that earlier, a few moments earlier, and then tried it again, and well, this time it worked.
Pass into the zone, knocked down. Corner and in behind the net, the puck goes. Witzel wins that battle and gets it to Spencer Cobbled. He'll shoot it, and it just went far side. Costello keeps it in at the blue line. Rustling in front of that net. Off the glass and out. The Rockets now through center, trying to get rid of the pressure. It's taken away by Caron. Trying to one-hand it into the slot. And the counter punches on. Devin Cobble to Spencer. Shot and a stop by Jenkins. 5 shots in this period for Smith. Two shots in this period for Smith Falls, and they've scored
that was the
on
third
both.
one. Well, this is the third shot, but yeah,
Wow.
it's so far. If you look at it, there's been a total of 4 shots, and 3 of them have been goals.
First 3
between
shots
the two.
of the period, went in. Holy Dinah. Put it on net. They're sharp shooters.
Yeah, and it's not very common you see Jenkins give up that many goals and so few shots.
No. They're picking their spots and trying to get high quality scoring chances, but at this point now I think they realize we got to just put it on. And with sharp shooters like the Rideaus, you give them enough opportunities and they are going to score. That was a miscue by the officials there, as the Rideaus now lose the draw because of it, and Rajenovic is in. A good defensive play by the Rideaus. The snap shot hits a leg and goes into the corner. Shoots, and Slack stops it. He stops 2. Knocks that one up into the hand of Sprague as he took a huge hit from Locke. Now wrestling in front of that net. They've got a power play now for the Rideaus, so they got to not take a penalty after the whistle. This could pull them within 1 with 12 remaining here in the third period.
On the Rideaus right now, don't retaliate. Take the power play, because you don't want to end up being like offsetting penalties here.
Get away from anyone in a red jersey.
Cut the lead down to 1 and go from there. They found that gear here in the third period, and it's working.
It's the third power play now for the Rideaus. They'll see what they can do with this one. There's a lot of time left on this clock. There'll be over half the period to go, even if it's killed. So they will have a chance to come back in this one. Thank you, Cheryl. This draw to the right of Jenkins is a big one. And I'll tell you, these draws are taking a long time. And Costello, with it's getting picked
Dual
up.
defenseman face-off.
Yeah, he's really good at the draws, too.
And the fans are getting restless.
Yeah. One back by Costello. Clean to Leeson. Laser shot. Costello. Over! Score! They're down by 1. Get the rally caps on. The Rideaus are not done yet.
Wow.
Oh my word.
And like the word of Mr. Bull, holy Dinah.
Indeed. Can you believe it? They were on their backs, but when their backs are against the wall, Smith Falls comes out fighting. Wow.
Like the Rideaus saying is sink or swim. They're choosing to swim right now.
12 minutes left here in the third period, and it's dumped into the corner. Can they do it? A 4-goal lead for the Rockets. Spencer Cobble. Cross ice pass on the end. Townsend shot, and it hits a stick, goes into the corner. Flipped out, they can't move it out of the zone. The Rideaus are forechecking like madmen. McNamee his feet. Flip it in, it rolled on him. Ron dropped it. Slot, chance again. Shot, a save by Slack. coming up big on the big stage.
And Bennett just knocked over one of the Rockets players, and he's telling the official, yeah, he just took a little spill.
Little battle in front of that net after the whistle. Never hurt nobody as long as it's a as long as both guys are battling.
You're going to see here, Billy, that those Rideaus are going to do anything and everything to protect Dallas Slack in this situation.
11 and a quarter and a couple pennies. A draw here, and this crowd is just electric. Can you believe it? Forcing a game 5, taking your 3rd championship in 4 seasons. That's what's on the table. Devin Cobble chips it out to center. Moores knocked down by Spencer Cobble. In behind the net, Costello. Move this out gingerly. Walsh going after him now. Costello, he'll dump that on goal. Jenkins throwing it around behind the net. Sherritt took a hit, the point, and that's handled easily by Matt Jenkins.
With that CCM E-Flex 6 trapper. I hope I got the number right. There's been so many of them.
How the tables turn. The Rockets are now the one putting the pressure on. They've got to stem the tide. We'll have ourselves a game 5. Atta girl, Tanya. Yes, indeed. Face off and a big one. Sprague won it. It's shoveled back into the neutral zone. A good speed by Locke. Slack comes out to play it, and he'll move it to Beasley. Off the glass, into the center ice area. Moore is just getting out of the way of that hit by Dowdall. Mid-ice area to Sprague with wheels, getting onto the outside, using his speed. Slot chance, and Locke will pick that one off. Locke through center, across the line. Pass over and a shot, steered aside by Dallas Slack. Andrew Sprague in his own zone. He'll play it through center, and a breakaway for Tate Leeson with Dowdall to his right. In front of the net, and that one just went wide. And Jenkins was hit by Dowdall coming in front. And they'll be asking for a penalty on that one because he was not pushed in. But they will not receive one. 10 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the 3rd period.
The Rideaus look hungry, don't they?
They really do. I'll tell you, when you got nothing to lose.
I think right now the Rideaus caught the Rockets maybe a little bit too comfortable right now in this 3rd period with that lead. And they've been firing on all cylinders.
Quickly changed. Lau knocked down. Hit along the wall. Trying to move it into the slot as Andrew McKenney was sitting there wide open. Looking along the half wall and out through center. Coming in as Russet. The pass over to Theo Todd. He's knocked down in front of the net. Bodies are flying everywhere. That must mean the refs are putting the whistle away. Lau in the corner, trying to kick it free. Jenkins will stop that one and hold on for the whistle. .9:48 to go here, folks. Good Lord above. Hold on to your hats. Can they give us any more? The crowd is getting restless. One now for Moores.
Every puck drop, Billy, it's the crowd gets on it.
They're huge face-offs. A great stick lift there. They'll move it out to center, but Spencer Cobble will pick that up and move in across the blue line. He'll pick that up again. Directs it towards the net. Baker is away. Baker flying through center, tried to send it towards the net, hits a stick, goes into the corner, knocked down behind the net. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. They are really testing the referees right now.
Be careful.
Baker they really do. Williams looking back to the point. He'll shovel that in behind the net. Trying to move it out now. It's Nevins in the corner. Evans hit along the wall. Line change coming for the Rockets to get some fresh legs out there. Townsend made a nice play there, but the Rockets still moving their feet. Locke knocked down behind the net, and the Rideaus, Devin Cobbled, he'll send that into the corner in a rolling puck. McNamee settles it down, throws it over to the far side to Bird. Bird sends it up to Nevins. Nevins flipped a pass. It's knocked down by Dowdall. Back into their own zone. This could be, not too many men. A smart play to wait just in case. You never know. Along the half wall, McNamee. They're trying to hold this puck to get a line change, but they convert a pass to Beveridge is in. Beveridge getting around Beasley. One-handed in front, and Slack was up to the challenge on that.
Went off a skate.
Wow. Trying to move it in the slot. That's back out through center. Great play there by Tate Leeson to get it over to Sprague. Sprague looking high. Hit a stick and went up over the net. Locke moving it along the wall, off the wall and out to Caron. They send it down the ice, and Ben Beasley will control this one. 7 minutes, 55 seconds remaining here in the third period. Do or die for the Rideaus. That's chipped in, and Kevin Lau pick that one up and try and move it out to center, and he will. Just playing the long game here. That hit something weird. McKinney! What a save by Jenkins on a rolling puck. Sloan fans on the bouncing puck, and it's taken away by the Rockets. The play over to Rajenovic is inside the zone, and Sloan plays it off the boards, and that's sent down the ice, and no icing. Jenkins will leave it there for Lau. Lau behind his own net, looks up ice, and everybody's covered. But he gets it over, and they'll get it inside the zone by Mitchell Gibson. Sean Sloan wheels from behind his own net. It's his first rush of the game, and Locke just missed him. Jenkins in behind the net now, throwing it over to Sean Moores. Moores along the wall to Locke. They're making a line change, and Locke is inside the drop pass. Mitchell Gibson, the shot, hits a stick by Townsend. Locke sidesteps a man and gets it in down low. Locke behind the net, and he blew a tire, and Sean Sloan will make a nice, Tate Leeson, Theo Todd will make a nice pass up to the middle of the ice for a third time. McNamee will get there first, though, one-handed. Bad pass. Bennett, slot. He fanned on it, waited a little too long. Beveridge to Kucherik. Throws it over to McNamee. McNamee along the boards and to Froats. Froats forcing the issue on Andrew McKinney, forces him into a play to Azano, and he can't convert. Devin Cobble. 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in this third period, and a 6-5 lead for the Rockets. Shoveled into the corner, and Devin Cobble will be there first. He tried to throw it in front of the net, and a bouncing puck. Unreal. Come down to the Rockets tape, flipped out through center. Azano coming into the corner. Nobody wants to go after him with that beard, let me tell you. Give him his space. You don't want to upset the apple cart. But the Rideaus will put 3 men on him to force the turnover. And Spencer Cobbold at the red line. Help from Devin Cobbold, hits the official. He'll get inside the zone to the Rockets tape. Nice short pass to get out of the zone, drilled in behind the net. Too hard of a play even for Dallas Slack to knock down. Nevins can't make the play, but Ward will! And Ward will score! They increase it by 2, and it's 7-5 Rockets. Five minutes and 28 seconds to go, and the Rockets have increased their lead by 2. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. The Rockets 7. The Rideaus 5. It just can't be easy for either side. Face-off is won back to Moores. Moores over the red line and drills that in around the net. After that, first is Caron to Nevins. Nevins spins inside on Beasley. Nevins again controlling puck, and got 2 Rideaus on him now. He'll have to force something. Gets back to the point to Tate Leeson. Leeson, he'll wheel out of his own zone with speed and throw it into the corner. In there first is Dowdall. Behind the net to Leeson. Round to the other side for Russet. Russet, Leeson, and Dowdall have been incredible in this game. Can they find lightning in a bottle one more time? A penalty coming to Smith Falls. And that is going to bring the clock to 2:44 if they're able to kill this penalty off. Chance to score 2 goals. The Rockets can put one home here. That will all but seal the deal for a franchise that, as I said in last night's game, their fans feel like they are, what's the word? They feel like they are warranted that trophy, that they are they're going to be in the finals every single year. That is the type of culture North Dundas has created in Chesterville. The playoffs are inevitable, obviously. The finals are just around the corner, and a championship trophy is always in their grasp. Cobble throwing it down the ice, and that is going to hit a Smith Falls player on the bench. It'll be brought back inside the North Dundas zone. This is the atmosphere here in North Dundas right here, folks. That's the crowd on hand to witness this game 4 between these two epic hockey clubs. Smith Falls now making a last-minute rush here to get back in this game. This will go back to the point to Sherrick. Pass over to the half wall to Rajenovic. That'll go back to the point and over to Lau. And chip it up. That'll go up into the more. Another one. That's 3 in one game. You don't see that even once anymore, and it's happened 3 times now. The whole arena's going to have to wear bubble wrap for the rest of our time here in the EOSHL to save the fans. What a battle, James. What have you thought so far there, son?
I don't know, my tooth hurts. So.
Yeah, he's got a sore tooth, actually. I don't know why I keep bugging him. Kushnerek at the point. Sherrick over to McNamee. Shot through a screen. He tried to go high, blocker on him there. Lau, minute 30 remaining on the power play. 4:10 to go in the period. To the dot. Chop, Caron, point, Lau. He'll settle that puck down. Shot through a screen, goes into the corner. McNamee there first. McNamee being pushed along the wall. Goes back to Lau. Lau looking to Kushnerek on the left side. He'll go to the wall instead. Looking down low, and he'll get there. The nice passing plays are starting to open up. And shot! Great save by Dallas Slack. Keeping his guys in at 3:43 to go and 59 on the clock for the power play.
This game really has been a roller coaster, though, with the lead that North Dundas had for so long, and then Smith Falls coming back so huge. I really don't know where this could end off.
The roller coaster indeed. The 4-goal lead for the Rockets evaporated so quickly. That's back to the point now for Lau. Kushnerek throwing it around the boards to Fabian Walsh. He tried to get that to Caron. He'll look back to the point. He'll hit his tape. Kushnerek through a screen, and Slack will stop that one. 42 seconds left in the power play. Boisclair, haven't seen a ton out of Boisclair in this game. Usually see him as an influential part of every Rideaus win. Caron across the blue line, the drop pass to Rajenovic into the slot, high slot to Fabian Walsh, waiting for some support. They will come. 20 on the clock for the power play. They just got to kill this and get back to the offense for the Rideaus. The half wall. Shot through. Slack stopped it. The rebound. Don't blink, because Slack has got it. I can't believe he made that save. Unbelievable. And the Rideaus are trying to bait the Rockets into a penalty, and the Rockets are having none of it. They are wanting to finish this one up here, and they are on the road, but there are so many Rocket fans here that it's going to feel like they're on home ice. Draw to the left. One into the corner. Back around to Dowdall. Dowdall throwing it through the mid-ice area. They've killed the penalty off. Now they got to take this momentum and run with it. That's put into the corner, and Costello is there first. Costello, that pass to the mid-ice area connects to Reed Russet. Russet through the middle, 2:30 to go. Knocked off his stick by Locke, and Rajenovic supports, throws that pass over to Bird, and it's an offside for the Rideaus. The Rockets know it, so they'll take their time. Long ice pass to Eric Locke. He's inside the zone, spins on his man and gets it low, taking some good swats from Bennett to force that issue. And Dowdall into the corner now, moves it quickly to Bennett. Over to Dowdall, across the line and in. Dowdall throwing it into the slot. The redirect there was a smart play. Just went wide of the net. The net is empty in the Smith Falls end. McNamee trying to sift that over to Azzano. Azzano just missed the yawning cage. 6 against 5 for a minute 45. They need 2 through the neutral zone, and Moores will play that back down. Theo Todd turns it quick. Trying to get into the zone, a good play there. They get in onside, and it's passed to Todd, and it's going to be an offside with a minute 35 to go. Can the Rideaus do it one more time? They've won 11 straight here at the Memorial Center. Can they do it and make a dozen? Be a great way to end their season on home ice with 12 straight victories, and they will call a timeout. Unbelievable. That's how quick it can go, Theo. Indeed, my man. Yeah, it happened fast. The Rideaus have no quit in them at all, and if you think this game is over with a minute and 35 seconds to go, you are mistaken. The Rideaus have been waiting for this all year long. Since their final game against Gananoque last season, they've been waiting and wanting this opportunity to be here in the finals. And you can tell that by them being down 6-2 at one point in this game, bring it back to 6-4, and 6-4, and then or 6-5, and then the Rockets making it 7-5. That's passed into the zone and flipped off the boards, and it gets out. I don't think it hit the glass. I'm not sure. I didn't hear it hit the glass. I think that went straight out. But I was not on the ice. The referees know better than me. No, they are. There's a huge chance for the Rideaus. This is a penalty for delay a game on the Rockets. Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's pointing to the box. It is a penalty. And now the Rockets will be down a man. A minute and 29 to go in the third period. A quick goal will give them an opportunity to come within 1. Whew. Wow. Unbelievable. 1:29 here in the third period. 7-5 lead for the Rockets. The draw is one for the Rideaus. Trying to move it over to Costello. It'll complete the pass. Costello along the wall, knocked down by Beveridge to the blue line and kept in. Costello shovels it along to Spencer Cobbled. Back to Costello. He'll shoot it towards the net. Knocked down in front and a chance. Spencer shoots. It's knocked down again. Can they put it home? They do! The Rideaus have made it a game once again. They're down by 1 with 1 minute and 1 second to go. Listen to that crowd. Unbelievable. Keeping you on the edge of your seat. I can't believe it. This is unreal. 1 minute left. This is going to be the longest 61 seconds of the Rockets season. Just trying to hold on. This crowd, how much more can they take? Unbelievable. What an atmosphere. What an effort by Smith Falls. Can Bennett Costello
Witzel, Spencer Cobalt, and Theo Todd get it done. They'll be up against the Rocket team. And they'll be forcing them into corners if they can. It's a hand pass. And it's going to be down in the Smith Falls zone. 52.5 seconds remaining. Maybe, yeah, just outside the blue line. Thank you, Cheryl. We really did. It's been unbelievable. Don't have a heart attack, Tanya. This is wild. This is one back. The net is empty once again for the Rideaus. That's chipped on goal. Jenkins will stop that, and he'll hold on for the whistle. Theo Todd giving him a little touch. Wow. This is crazy. 44.4 seconds remaining here in this third period. The crowd is buzzing. Can they tie this game up and force an overtime? Or will the Rockets hold on? Witzel, Leeson, Spencer Cobble, Theo Todd, Costello, and Bennett. And it's McNamee and Locke. Bird. Face off to the right of Jenkins. Scrum draws one by the Rideaus at the blue line and kept in along the blue line and into the corner now. 35 remaining, 6 on 5. The fight for the puck continues. Baker, he'll throw it down the ice. And they are calling a penalty on the Rockets for roughing. Draw to the right of Jenkins. To the point. Bennett throwing it into the corner and behind the net to Tate Leeson, directing it towards the front of the net. They'll get it to the blue line, or to the half wall, and not out. Costello to the point, the shot, the stop, the rebound, and it just goes wide. To the blue line, 9 seconds left. They keep it in along the wall. One last chance. Todd to the slot. Can't get it. Bennett, 4. Shot the read. Chance on the slot. Jenkins stays the season for the Rockets, and they'll go on and win their third championship in 4 seasons. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
It's funny to look around. I saw everyone in front of me stand up, and I looked behind me, and everybody is like blank faced. Nobody's standing up. Nothing. All of the fans are on that side over there, across from us, and behind us is all of the Smith Falls fans.
Unreal. Unreal. What a great game by these two high-quality hockey clubs. The Rideaus never gave up. They tried right to the bitter end. And the Rockets are going to win their third in 4 seasons to cement themselves as one of the best teams in the EOSHL. I am at a loss for words. That was an unbelievable last few seconds. The Rideaus gave it everything that they had to try and come back and give their fans one more game, but it just was not in the cards. Rockets were too strong, and that championship mentality is cemented in Chesterville for a very long time. Unbelievable. Brilliant hockey from both ends of the ice. High scoring 4th game. They kept you on the edge of your seats right to the end. And there isn't one thing that the Rideaus should be disappointed about. They played unbelievable hockey. Millimeters. That's what it was. The
handshakes at the end of a well-fought battle. Totally deserving from both sides of the ice. These two teams gave their fans something to be proud of for an entire regular season and an epic playoff series. They gave their fans something to be really proud about. And I'll tell you right now, next season, you could see these two teams in the finals once again. You never know. It's one of those things that, this just builds and builds character. It allows a team to get a taste of the finals, and next season, who knows? It could be the other way around. But I'll tell you right now, the Rideaus will not settle for this. They got to the Western Conference Finals last year, lost out to the eventual championships. They ousted the Islanders in that same series this year and moved on to face the Rockets. Maybe next season is their time to shine, but for now, the beverages will be flowing for North Dundas, Ward, Moores, McNamee, Gibson, Kushnerik, Nevins, Froats, the captain, Bird, Locke, Caron, Baker, Walsh, Azano, Williams, Rajenovic, Jenkins, and Couchane are the recipients of the championship this year.
I think Kyler's proud of him.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. I couldn't agree more. He is wound right up. Unbelievable. It was incredible.
Wasn't it 2-6? They got how many goals did they get?
The Rideaus got 4 in the third period. Yeah, we'll do the scoring summary in that third period for you there, folks. It was Michael McNamee scoring early in the third to make it 6-2, and then within the span of only a little over 2 minutes, the Rideaus scored 3 from Tate Leeson and Costello and Beasley, Todd from Russet and McKenney, Todd from Costello and Andrew McKenney, and it was Kyle Ward from Jack Nevins and Sean Moores and David Bennett from Witzel and Costello, and that's as far as they got. And now they'll bring that trophy out onto the ice. And one more time, the Rockets will hoist the championship. And they've got to enjoy this, folks, let me tell you. The celebration. The celebration takes hold. Jenkins' third championship. It's absolutely incredible to watch a franchise like North Dundas do their work. Just do what's necessary to win these big games. And we'll send it down to ringside here. Derek Froats receiving that championship. Get that, James. Get them in center. Yep. I know. That's my fault. There it is. That championship trophy for Derek Froats. And there it is. The celebration is big. A lot of Rockets fans here to celebrate this incredible accomplishment from a storied franchise as the North Dundas Rockets hoist the trophy one more time. And they've got to be proud of themselves coming into this one. Mitchell Gibson, he had such an integral part of every single thing that this team was doing. He had 6 goals, 7 assists, not including the last game. It's not all updated, but we'll figure all that out later. There's Caron coming in. And big time Cody Caron. Phil Nevins, he was big every game. Marco Azzano. Well, it just never gets old winning the championship. You know, nobody has ever said, I'm tired of winning. Eric Locke, some big goals in some big games. Paul Bird. Chris Kucherik. He was huge. There's Rick. He was instrumental in all these guys behind the scenes getting the job done. Big time. You can't do it without him. And this is the way to celebrate, too. This is terrific. Everybody in a circle hoisting that trophy. This Sir Rajanovic. Andrew, congratulations, buddy, big time. Baker, always throwing a body. Shane Baker getting the job done for them. And Fabian Walsh, he's coming into this game 4 goals and 12 assists. He's a high-flying hockey player. There's Kevin Lau. And they're giving it over to the coach. Yes, it's so great to see. After all the hard work and all that stuff, time to smile, and the coaching staff and trainers, and they actually have a chance to enjoy themselves, and you know, it's one of those things where when you get lost in the weeds, to be honest with you, all the seriousness and hard work that goes into it, and they get to actually enjoy it a little bit. And not absolutely beautiful. Congratulations to Sadler and the coaching staff as well. They don't get the recognition that they should. And they will take this back to Chesterville, and they will enjoy every moment of it. Tonight is a night for celebration for the North Dundas Rockets. The celebratory photo. North Dundas again with a huge win. And it's one of those things that, as I say, it never gets easier for a team like this, but it makes it easier on them to every trip that they make it to the finals to take some of that pressure off themselves and put the pressure on their opposition. Basically becomes their home is this finals. And congratulations to North Dundas Rockets and Chesterville, and you know, moving forward, keep that winning mentality. And for you know, Derek Froats leading the way, and Matt Jenkins, unbelievable goaltending. Just it takes a special breed to win this many games in 4 seasons in the EOSHL, and the Rockets, they just keep on winning. That championship gold-plated hockey mentality is infectious. And they rolled along, and a lot of the players and a lot of the coaches were saying that this is possibly the best team that they've put on the ice. And it's something to be proud of. I mean, we've done a bunch of their games this year, and the staff has been incredibly supportive and helpful to all of us. And we just couldn't say thank you enough to them.
And we hope that you've enjoyed the season as well. And they'll take some time, and they'll get right back at it over the off season to push forward to maybe make the finals again for the 5th straight season and bring home possibly their 4th championship in 5 years if they can do it again next season. But, Matt Jenkins, there he is talking with Caron, and these guys are quite a special team, let me tell you. Pretty incredible, eh, son? Well, I hope you've all enjoyed these games at home. And, it's a special thing for me to be able to bring these games to you and do the play-by-play, and especially alongside my son. And James and I have done a lot of games this season, and we really wish we could have brought games 1 and 2 to you as well. Just the weather was absolutely terrible, and it was really disappointing. We didn't miss a single weekend of hockey this season until the first 2 games of the Eastern Ontario Super Hockey League Finals, so you know that it had to be pretty bad. I'll tell you that right now. It's a lot of fun, and doing it alongside my son and Justin joining me and James in the playoffs for the. When did he come with us? We did the Tweed Barry's Bay series, and then James and I did the Tweed Barry's Bay series, and then we did the Smith Falls Barry's Bay series, and then Justin joined us along the way for the Gananoque and North Dundas series as well. We started out as a 3-man team, and without Justin, we really wouldn't be where we are. And wherever we are next season, whatever happens over the off season, it's been an honor being able to be your voice for the Eastern Ontario Super Hockey League. And this league is growing. This league is getting better and better every season, and we're just privileged to be a part of it and get out to an arena. Check this great league out, because it's some special hockey. Semi-professional hockey doesn't do it justice. And we really love doing this. Don't mind telling you that. Thanks, Deborah, big time, and Vivian. Ben, thanks, everybody. The Rockets are a special team, but I'll tell you right now, Smith Falls has nothing to be ashamed of. They did an incredible job and put forth a terrific product, and just got stronger and stronger as the season went on. And it was quite a ride for the Rideaus, high-powered, high-octane hockey club that met their match in the Rockets, but not without giving it a valiant effort. I mean, they just kept themselves in the game, kept coming. And Rockets are very much deserving of this championship, but the Rideaus definitely deserved to share the ice surface with North Dundas and put up a great, valiant effort. And it's great to see the celebration on the ice from these two teams, from North Dundas. Goodness. Oh, I sure hope so, Deborah. That would be amazing. One of these days. Be fantastic. That's my dream and my goal. The OSHL will always have my heart. But the goal is to hit the big show, and maybe one of these days that'll happen. I love doing it. I'd do it any day of the week, to be honest with you. And I look forward to next season or whatever happens over the off season. And we couldn't appreciate the support more. And they're looking like they're starting to clear the ice, and
get into the dressing rooms and celebrate a little bit. And we'll make the long trek back to Kingston, Ontario, and get ready for a long off season as every weekend becomes EOSHL hockey, and without it, my goodness me, what do we do with ourselves? Well, you'll have a lot to do. You've been Mr. Popular, so you'll have lots to do, but I'll be sitting at home thinking about hockey. Maybe I'll just do the play-by-play for the playoffs for the National Hockey League just in my own bedroom. We'll see. But, yeah, what a terrific season, James. What'd you think? Hey? Hey?
Is it tremendous?
Yeah. All right. Hey?
Very good, very enjoyable to watch, very enjoyable to broadcast. It was nice talking to new people who recognized us from, EOSHL TV. Who came up and talked to us.
Past broadcasts and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's all for the good of the league, and doing it alongside my son and good buddy Justin, it makes it even more fun. So, sadly, that is another season come and gone in the Eastern Ontario Super Hockey League. And for myself, James Bull, Justin Allery, and the entire Eastern Ontario Super Hockey League and EOSHL TV, we just want to thank everyone for all your support. And we look forward to an even bigger next season, Lord willing. And as always, we love you. Bet. Thank you. As always, we love.
He says good job.
Oh, thanks, Josh. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Excellent. Thanks, Josh. Oh, it was crazy. Unreal. You betcha. And again, yeah, so as another season comes to a close from all of us here at EOSHL TV and EOSHL Nation, for James Bull, Justin Allery, and myself, Billy Bull, we love bringing it to you, and we hope you love it as much as we do. Bye for now.